Beyond battered gray.
But yeah, I just like I was there. They needed me to pee in the cup. I couldn't do it. I sat around for an hour.
We've all been there.
Drinking bottles of water.
Yeah, herpes is a son of a bitch.
Just waiting for me to pee, and I just couldn't do it. I just had shy bladder.
That would happen.
Yeah, I had to get naked and stand in the bathroom on top of my head and wait. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. We're doing the show this week.
We're live.
Yeah, we're live. We didn't miss a week or anything and not mention it. So, what's going on, fellas? What's happening?
My fault. Sorry, guys.
What's up, everybody?
Damn Canadians.
It was Canada Day. I had to celebrate.
We don't celebrate our day anymore.
I have to be mad at you. Oh yeah, we all have to hate Evan. That's part of the rules now.
Okay. The rules. You and your chatty little brains and your little faces.
Hey, buddy.
You know, they took South Park off of all the streaming platforms.
Yeah, I saw that. I've been following this.
Because Paramount's like really pissed off at them right now. And man, that's pretty crazy. Well, I'm glad I have all the like episodes now. Like I have every single one of them.
That's what I was literally just thinking. I'm like, I need to buy the whole series right now. Like I got to buy every fucking Blu-ray. I can't.
This is that Park. Let physical media reign supreme, folks. This is why we do this. I would rather have friends who have the entire collection than nobody at all.
It's how I've been watching Twin Peaks for the first time. I just bought the Z to A set and I've been watching through that.
Oh, that's a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the nice one or is it the one that's like
it's the good one?
Okay. No, it's the shitty one. It's the terrible
there's one that's just in the like book and it's kind of like sloppy.
This is the
one that came out before that. Okay, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. That's the one I got.
Yeah.
That's not the good one. No.
What up, Shutter? What's going on?
One.
Evan,
what's happening?
He's
showing off his toesies. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, everybody.
I love every one of you. I missed you so much.
Yeah, we're just getting back into the swing of things. I promise we're not gonna just dip out and miss out on you guys again anytime soon. We got this figured out. So we've been doing real good. For those of you who don't pop over to our channel very often, I did want to make a couple of worthwhile announcements for Splattercast just to catch us up on what's going on. We are now doing a weekly live show, the Sunday Scaries, talking about horror news. We're also going to be having guests and stuff. You might see one of these two ugly mugs pop up on there every once in a while. So definitely join us every Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern. We talk a little horror news, a little bit of topics. You know, it's basically just this same exact show, but with like out you two. So I think it's a lot better, personally.
We also don't wear shirts.
Alex is haunted.
Oh my God, there's a ghost next to him.
That's what I was gonna say. So.
Yeah, that kind of took the wind out of my sails on that because I was like, "What the fuck happened to your camera?" No, but it's we're doing that, so you can catch us over there. So that's been a lot of fun. I feel like I'm back in the swing of things as far as live streams go. So I feel like we're not going to be totally out of sync tonight. So let's hope. But what's been going on with you fellas?
I have not been streaming. I'm the opposite way. I've been accidentally making videos that are way too long and then pressuring myself into finishing them in a week. I need to stop. And I'm doing it again right now.
I mean, that's just, I guess, that's the name of the territory now. You just keep writing everything and you just keep writing and writing. You got to learn to edit. You got to learn to cut down the verbiage. Well, maybe use less word, make same message.
Yeah, that video finally went. It was an hour and 37 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah, I would not. Fuck that.
The Bo Was Afraid video coming, and that's going to be really long too. Like,
if I dip into a third day, then no, it's not happening.
I mean, the Nosferatu video was like over 2 months of work.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
We're kind of in that mode right now with our stuff too, where it's like a lot of our stuff is changing and getting a little bit longer. Like It's like
video you sent the intro from. Is that out yet?
no, that won't be out till Friday.
I
That's
wasn't even joking when you sent me. There's a video that Dylan is working on. He sent a section of it, and I was like cackling in my room watching it. It's a great intro. It's awesome.
Yeah, it all kind of, it was one of those things where I've been nervous about this, and I have done so much prep work for this video. I mean, just like asset wise, because normally I'm sloppy as hell and I'm just gonna start picking things up as I go, as I think of it. But this time I really took the time to label all of my clips and label everything, make notes, and it's streamlining everything, but it's also like giving me the ability to like really go over things with a fine-tooth comb and feel like I'm still not like wasting away and spending way too much time on something.
Yeah.
I hope it turns out good.
I'm sure it will.
Oh, yes. But Luke's been doing some fun stuff. He's been dabbling a little bit more into your side of things there, Evan, with his essays.
I love it.
I enjoyed your recent one there, Luke, by the way, very much.
You mean on Bloodlines?
Yeah, it sucks that YouTube is being a jerk about it, but it's really good.
Yeah,
Oh, thank you. You know, I thought I hate it. No, it was pretty decent. It took me a minute to. I like doing the fun synopses on those things.
You really went over a whole lot of different things I didn't even think about that I wouldn't have put in mind if I were to do one. So
oh yeah, I just started like gathering information. I'm gonna do one on 28 years later eventually when that hits.
I haven't gotten around to it yet.
No, you still haven't seen it?
No.
That what the fuck happened to the movie?
I haven't even seen Weeks yet.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, then you got to catch up on those. Yeah, you don't necessarily need to see Weeks to watch.
It's not
Years.
part of the canon,
My
supposedly.
cousin has been begging me to see Years, so I may skip Weeks for now and then like watch it after the fact.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt you. It's
Like, I need
Weeks
to
is like a
talk
little
to someone
bonus.
about Years, because he's like, it's weird and I want to talk about it.
Oh, Gareth says they hated the ending of Bloodlines. Oh man, I thought that was fun. I liked that.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think any of the Final Destination movies have good endings.
That's a lie.
That's not true.
That's a
Aside
lie.
from 5.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
5 I like. All of the
5
other-
makes the whole movie.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I agree. 5 was a good ending. Aside from that, I don't think there are any that I'm like, that was needed. It feels like they add another scene on the end that I don't usually feel is necessary. Aside from 5, that was a good tie-in. That was great.
I feel you. Yeah, no, it was definitely, that's a big surprise. It's really now when people duplicate it or do something similar, you know, everybody's just going to think about Final Destination 5.
Yep.
This I had a feeling was going to get brought up tonight as we get into our main topic here in a little while. But yeah, 28 years later, speaking of that, biggest disappointment of the year for RJ Cost here. So yeah, that's probably going to be a very common sentiment, because I know way too many people who apparently hate that movie, and I really don't get it.
Were we only supposed to base it off of this year?
No, any year.
I was going
I
to
don't
say,
care.
because I don't have that much heart for anything this year, that, you know, like planning wise.
Was this year the rest of them that I had? Did we have a specific amount that we were talking about for
3?
Yeah, 3 at minimum, but like
3
really
over 1.
I'm not that worried about it. It'll be more just kind of
5?
there.
Wow.
And I have 2 surprises on my list right now. I don't know if we're still doing that part, but
Well,
Yeah.
you said 1, but we could do 2.
you can
I have
do
2
do as
well.
many as you want,
I
guys.
got
I'm not
5
that
too.
pressed
Seven's a
about it.
good number.
Yeah. If you go over, we charge you $50. Sorry, it's just the way it goes.
Oh yeah. Let me see here. I'm trying to pull up a little news story here. I might have to go directly to the source. Evan, did you hear what's going on with your boy?
Aaron Taylor Johnson were cast. Is that what you're
Yes, sir. That is what.
That was like an hour ago, but yeah, of course. It's about that.
Mhm.
Now,
Wait,
Jim,
wait, I didn't see it. I didn't hear it. What is
this
it?
wasn't actually something that I was like looking into. Brandon Loves Movies, is that his name?
Mhm.
Sent me a DM on Instagram and was like, "Look at this," and it had come out like 7 minutes prior. But yeah, I did see that. I gotta say, I'm kind of surprised. I wasn't expecting that to be the casting for this one for some reason. The only name I had actually considered was Willem Dafoe, just because he's in everything he does now. But I wasn't expecting to see Lily Rose and Aaron Taylor Johnson back.
Yeah.
I'm down.
I mean, I think that it's definitely interesting to go back to back like that. I mean, like you said, with Willem Dafoe, he does that a lot, but that's kind of, he could play a character and just get lost in it. So it's not really something you got to worry about with him.
Aaron Taylor
Favorite
Johnson
character of
is
his.
a
Come on.
perfect face for this.
of all time?
No, for the sorry, what
For
are we?
Willem.
Oh, I'm gonna go with the Green Goblin.
What about you, Luke?
What are we asking?
Favorite
Willem
Willem Dafoe
Oh, shit.
character.
Good question. I love him in Boondock Saints, to be honest. I don't know. I think that's a funny character.
Nice.
That's a pretty good one. What about you?
Evan, just say The Lighthouse.
I'm actually stuck between.
He can't count his farts. That doesn't count.
I'm stuck between The Lighthouse, Nosferatu, and At Eternity's Gate, where he played Vincent Van Gogh. I don't know. I might say Nosferatu. I love how zany he is in that movie, and that
David
final-
Lynch is Wild at Heart for me.
There you go.
1000%.
It's a good one.
It is the creepiest, most unsettling role I've ever seen him in.
Man, I've been watching just like basically all of him watching the last like 2 weeks. It's just like David Lynch interviews. I just can't stop listening to the guy.
Oh, can I mention something really quick? David Cronenberg just did the fucking Criterion release thing.
Yes.
And did you see what he picked? I fucking knew it. He picked Eraserhead as one of his fucking inspirations.
I just showed that to my brother for the first time, and
Bobby Peru, there it is. Francisco's the fucking shit.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's definitely, I like those videos a lot, especially because like they've been getting a lot better guests. I say because like for a while there they were getting people, just I get it, like they're big film nerds. You want to get the bigger names and stuff, but they weren't getting all that stuff. And then they recently like shifted it to where they were like, okay, yeah, we're gonna start doing more like interesting picks where it's not just the film snobs that we're used to hearing talking about movies. It's like, okay, I like that, but no, we're gonna get like Bill Hader in there. It's just gonna be like, yeah, fuck it, let's see what Bill Hader's got. He's great.
He's like a film dork.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he
I know.
really is.
I have a story that we're gonna kind of discuss a topic of that before we get out of the news today.
just
So.
I
did a
gotta
podcast
mention
with Ari Aster.
Yep.
For Eddington.
Ari Aster just did one too.
Yes, he did. It was very good. Good recommendations.
I do have to say I was a little disappointed that Cronenberg got that big book set, and I think he felt bad that he picked that big thing, so he kind of like tapped out real quick. Because it was like 15 or 20 movies of whatever, you know what I mean? I was like, dude, come on, man. You're fucking killing me, dude.
I don't care. It's like everybody, like if I was in there, I'd be getting everything that I'm missing. You know what I mean? Like
Dude,
all my
have
spots.
you seen that set? It's like $500. So he
Who
was
was
like,
it? There was a guy who went in there and he just had like a massive stack. I forget who it was, but there was like a famous actor who did that. That was funny.
Oh yeah, that was great, by the way. Yeah, I saw that.
Yes, yeah, that is actually, I guess we can talk about it now. That's actually the piece
Davey?
that I want to bring up. Oh, what's going on, Davey?
Hey, Davey, what's up, buddy?
How you doing, buddy? It's been a little while.
But yeah, no, I actually was watching that podcast, and I didn't know I was going to bring this up. I have the clip on standby if we can play it, but you guys think we'll get dinged for that because it's A24?
It's
Yes.
your channel, right?
Tough to say. All right, I won't risk it. But
everything.
But if you watch that podcast, there's a moment where Bill Hader, I considered even asking to do this as a video, but I figured this would be more appropriate. But Bill Hader's talking about how he wrote a horror film. And it's like a weird body horror picture, and it's very strange, very kind of in the same wheelhouse as Ari Aster is like what he tried to claim there and what he liked. Makes sense. But yeah, dude ended up basically calling out without calling out that he had a meeting with Blumhouse. And he was like, because he's like, yeah, I had to go sit down with this guy. I knew going into it that like, it just wasn't going to be his kind of movie, because I've seen the movies this guy makes. They're just not his kind. And he was really nice.
Right.
He was really bubbly and excited. And I was just sitting there like, oh my
Sounds
God,
great.
it's Jason Blum. It's Jason Blum. It's Jason Blum. And he's just sitting there. I'm just like, Blumhouse had Bill Hader pitching them a horror film. The guy who wrote Barry, a horror film, and they said, just too weird for us. We'll do Megan 2.0.
Yeah.
But this is we can't take a risk on this. Like, what the fuck is that?
Jason Blum was saying with Megan, he's like, we thought we had a superstar. We thought we could put her in any context and it would be a huge. It's like you had one goofy slasher movie that worked with her. You don't have.
And it wasn't even a full success, in my opinion.
No, I liked it.
Sure.
Yeah,
me too.
It wasn't like, it wasn't to the point where you can put her in anything.
Had a very abrupt ending, and it didn't satiate. It felt like a fucking chapter of the fucking movie was missing.
Yeah,
Bill Hader was he was in Beau is Afraid, which is always fun. I mean, he's, what is it, 3 seconds he's in it for? But
it's like 2-3 minutes because he's over the phone.
No,
so...
it's not the same voice actor. He doesn't play the guy who actually has the phone conversation with him.
Oh, really?
He does play the guy later, but not over the phone.
Oh, damn, he sounds
he's
just like him.
Literally in the movie for like 2 minutes. At least from what I could tell, it didn't sound like him to me.
Well, I think it did, so now we have to battle.
I hope you're right.
No, I'm kidding. I'm sure in your research you'll come across that answer for us definitively. I'm trying to find the clip because I want to get the verbiage down.
He's mentioning Veronica a fair bit. I really liked that movie.
Oh boy.
Did they make a sequel for it?
I don't know. I haven't seen it since it came out, but I really liked it. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Is that the one where the girls play Ouija board in the basement and then it causes like all the problems? Yeah, they made a sequel for it, and it didn't really. Nobody remembers or knows it. It was on Netflix too.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm doing a rewatch of it, but yeah, we can see the chat.
Yeah, we can see you guys.
Oh yeah, we can see everything.
We just don't care. No, I'm kidding. No, I definitely care. It's these guys. They hate you.
What the hell?
Luke especially. I don't know why.
That's
Luke
times
is seething
10.
with hatred. Yeah,
He's got seething anger.
Yeah, we can see the chat.
Bottle it up.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're just catching up. Our bad.
I like the shirt, by the way, Dylan. I didn't say that yet.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I know. We got that. I wore this today, and we got news about stuff today. I would totally be down to watch a Bill Hader horror movie. I would too. Yeah, I think like it just. Again, I think he's a strong writer, and most people who come from comedy seem to do really well with horror. So
the whitest kids, those guys did The Barbarian, and they got that Weapons movie coming out. So it's like, isn't that the one? Or no,
trailer for Weapons. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, it doesn't make sense anyway. Even if you did watch it, there's just kids doing Naruto running. That's about it.
They did release that little hand drawn poster, like crayon drawn poster.
I love.
Yeah, I think that's nice and creepy. Very long legs vibes, which might get brought up later. We'll see.
I'm really hoping this is going to be Julia Garner's like movie.
No, it's Fantastic Four, bro. Come on. Everybody already hates her, so she's already winning. What's up?
Is it Julia Garner is in Weapons?
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome.
She's like,
great. I love her. She's great.
And she was like in the trailer. She was like, "If you want these children, you're gonna have to go through me. You'll have to kill me."
What the hell is this movie? I'm so excited to see this.
Sorry, it's a Ozark reference.
Yeah, Ozark was so good until the last 20 minutes to me. I thought the last 20 minutes were just terrible.
They ran out of steam.
But the show overall is great.
The end of the second or third season where they play the fucking Run the Jewels song?
I don't remember.
I think it's the third season.
Good show though.
Yeah, amazing. That ending was so amazing. It had me hooked.
I just rewatched Succession because my brother hadn't seen it and wanted to go through it, and that to me is like the most well-written show I've like ever. It's perfect.
There you go. There you
So
go.
good.
Damn, Megan was bad, but I think Megan 2.0 doesn't even count as a horror movie anymore. I hope you didn't have to watch it. We did. Luke and I weren't going to miss that one out. So yeah, we saw that. It didn't work out, but I did want to kind of bounce back here just to touch on that because RJ Cost says that did Blumhouse ruin horror? I don't think it did, but I can understand the argument that it did. I would agree with them that Blumhouse certainly isn't ruining horror, but I think that they are. I guess the best way to put it is I think they're shooting under their potential. They're undercutting themselves at every corner.
Well, and here's one thing I'll say too, like in terms of like Blumhouse, and you can put like James Wan movies in there as well. In some ways, there have been negative effects from those, but I'm of the opinion that we're currently in somewhat of like one of those like historical ages for horror, like the amount of creativity that's happening right now. And I don't know if we would be at this point if Blumhouse hadn't caused such a massive explosion of
You got that right.
popularity for the horror genre through the 2010s. So like, yes, there are trends that they popularized that have resulted in a lot of really cheap horror. But I don't think we'd be able to have a lot of the really dope shit that we have right now if Blumhouse hadn't blown up the horror genre. And,
Yeah.
you know, with
Gaped
like,
the hole.
yeah,
so to speak.
it's so influential. I don't think you can have one without the other.
Something I was thinking of is like, you know, every director, even the best, like look at John Carpenter, like you have a few stinkers, you know what I mean? And obviously sometimes you're just doing so well with your movies and they're hitting so fast that you think you can just do anything. And really there's like a overstep in the mind, their process, and they've maybe delegated it to somebody else and they've changed the process, and it's like they're not as picky as they once were and they're more open to doing more weirder shit, which is a good thing sometimes and a bad thing, because we look at the 80s and we go, wow, there was a lot of shit films, but there was also a lot of really great ideas. So you have to put a little bit of shit with the good, and it's just the way it is. I don't know.
I mean, I hear exactly what you're saying with that, because, like, again, I don't think I would necessarily say, like, I would say they've only really recently started to really dive deep into that. And I would say that started to really, like, they always had mediocre horror movies at times. You know, they'd always have that
Right.
January release or whatever.
But they had Sinister and
yes,
Insidious and, you know,
yeah, they had those, and they would still have their potential, like, potentially decent ones. I think the issue has been recently, it's like they are really letting go of their independent studio roots, and they're just really, ever since they started acquiring franchises, they've just been like, okay, we're no longer making tiny horror films anymore. We need to make, you know, big box office darling films. And I know that's obviously the goal, but like,
and just for clarity, he's saying Blumhouse Smile 1 and 2 were not Blumhouse movies. Those were Paramount, right? They were Paramount.
I don't remember, but I don't think it is Blumhouse.
They weren't Blumhouse, but I like the Smile movies a lot. I'm just saying, if we're talking Blumhouse, Smile wasn't a Blumhouse movie. I
think I don't know. I really just resent when anybody says that like a studio is bad. It's not because I don't necessarily agree with them. It's just too easy to say. You know, like when things are bad, they're bad. You know what I mean? But when they're good, they're really good. And I just root for all of them because I want them to do it. Because even sometimes when they put out these bad movies, it inspires other people to make good movies. So, you know, like it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, and I think
some long legs discussion. I can tell from chat.
Yeah, that's exactly why I put that as the thumbnail. I'm like, we need to
fire, man.
It's like I want to stir the pot a little bit, get people engaged on this one.
Did you keep the thing in that I said that we shouldn't keep in? Because I can't help it. It's like, if you want me to do disappointments, I have to.
I'm gonna say whatever the hell I want to say, Alex, and you'll just
right.
have to put up with it when it gets
say
there.
You couldn't. I said we probably shouldn't. I didn't say
no. We don't censor ourselves on this show. This is Beyond the Splatter Graves Uncensored.
Yeah, we just remake ourselves. That's what we do.
No, that'll be where we all take our shirts off. That'll be on Patreon, on the Splattercast Patreon exclusive.
We're gonna be rebooting the first few episodes of this live stream tonight.
Yeah.
Gracie says people have been turning on A24 lately because it had a few bad horror comedies this year, and I think it's really dumb. No studio is going to have a perfect streak forever. I completely agree. Yeah. I don't even think wait, is this because of like Death of the Unicorn and what was Friendship? They didn't do Friendship? The people hated that bad?
I don't know. I didn't see it. I just know it was a comedy.
I thought Friendship was great. I had a lot of fun with it.
I'm very excited to see it.
I liked it. It's not. I wouldn't say it's a great film. Sure. It's a good film.
Tim Robinson.
Oh man,
my girlfriend didn't. She hated that movie. She was like, God, this movie's just too much. And she's like the whole time.
I was about to say Hell of a Summer. I thought was it, but isn't that Neon?
I think it might be.
I
look it
think
up.
so, because we got a
Neon's
screener and
good.
we never get A24 screeners. So
Yeah, we've gotten 2 ever, I think. Like and one of them was like a movie I don't think anybody ever saw. It was really sad. And then let's see here. I was annoyed that the bad guy always has to be satanic. I mean, we're all bad. Are we? Yeah, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Especially in the Blumhouse stuff, they always really like to
fairly
really
binary.
run through that. But again, I think the same could be said for A24 a little bit with things like, obviously after Hereditary, and then some people would say that, they really like to play in their grief horror, and I get that. Like they do make a lot of horror movies about grief, which I'm not arguing against. I think those are some of the best ones, but
it's hard to blame them when Hereditary was like the thing that blew them up.
Right.
Like they're like, we gotta hold on to this.
They're like, yeah, everybody needs to grieve a little bit, so let's help. But they did do the everything everywhere all at once, and that was a really positive kind of happy movie.
I'm really glad to have these like hits and misses, like studios like A24 and Neon, who are just like trying weird shit. Like, still the fact to me that A24 gave Ari Aster like $35 million to make Beau is Afraid. I'm like, thank God this kind of thing can still happen, whether or not you like that movie. The fact that someone got that much money to make such a fucking weird movie is good for the medium. Like, that's just
you have to take risks, dude. You never know what's gonna fucking happen.
Absolutely.
That's why the 80s is great. That's why I love the 80s. They actually took fucking risks. They lost a lot of money, but they took a lot of risks.
It's true.
Yeah, they were always guaranteed to make some pretty oddball, weird stuff. I remember, and I still think it is to this day, but some people refer to A24 like it's its own genre. You know what I mean? Or it's like every A24 movies. You know? It's like I hear a lot of people who don't watch a lot of movies in general, or even just horror stuff, be like, I like A24 movies. They're the scariest. And it's like, yep, all right, buddy, you got it. Look at you.
I love you.
Yeah.
Let's not jump into it just yet.
We're gonna do it. I don't know. I have a feeling I know what you're doing right now, but I don't know.
Yeah, he's prepping it up. He's saucing me up good. I don't even drink right. I was gonna say about A24 though. That's the thing. I notice with a lot of people, and this may be an age thing, because I think I'm pretty old, and I think I like movies that do double, sort of like where you can't tell if it's a comedy or a thriller. I really like that, and a lot of people do not like that. I love it. But I love it because it kind of keeps it like a mystery for me, and I feel like I don't know how to feel, and so that's like a very uncertain way to watch a movie. It's like I don't know, it's like riding a roller coaster that you've never been on before. It's just fun.
Yep. I understand a little bit of what Davey's saying, because I do feel like there is an element to friendship that the only thing I really had to criticize about it, I really enjoyed it, and I plan on watching it again. But it's one of those things where it's like, you are kind of waiting for it to finally commit at the end, and it feels like it never does. It doesn't pick a lane. It decides, I'm going to completely remain in the middle, which is fine, and I still don't hate it, but I definitely agree that it also feels good sometimes when it's like, we are going full-blown horror. Like Coffee Table, perfect example, opens with a lot of comedy, very much comedy, and then something happens and it sucks, and then you're like, oh my god, what happened? What's going on? And it's terrible, and then you're crying the whole movie.
It was a nervous laughter.
Yeah. Oh, someone was not pleased in my Jurassic Park video I did. I said something. I compared the books to the Coffee Table. I was like, oh no, this is what I said. I said it makes the books will make the movies look like an episode of Bluey. And then I just did the scene, the hallway shot, and then as soon as you hear the thing drop and everything shatter, I just had the Bluey music pop up, and I was just like, fuck yeah, this is great. Somebody hated that. They were pissed off.
I rewatched that recently because my buddy has been wanting to. I told you guys, my friend's been wanting to watch some disturbing movies, and was like, the most disturbing thing I've seen is The Substance. I'm like, okay, well, we have to work you up, because he wanted to put some disturbing film.
I got some new ones for you if you want to add them to your list. They're fun.
No, so we did Coffee Table recently, and at the start he was like, oh yeah, I think watching it with someone makes you attached to the humor more than watching it by yourself. But like for the first while, where he was obviously disturbed, but he was like, "Wow, this is still funny." But then by the end, I looked over at him, and he was just like, like, just broken.
I mean,
Yeah.
if I was still smoking, I would have smoked an entire pack of cigarettes for that movie.
I have fully gotten on board with it. By the way, I fucking love that movie now.
It's amazing.
It's
It's
so good.
it's a feat in cinema for
And
me.
it is
Like,
really funny. Like I think after you've seen it a couple times, you can take a step back from the horror of it and just like focus on how funny the script actually is.
yeah, exactly,
As
Gracie.
soon as she walks in with that no bad days shirt.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah. Yeah. And they always have like headshots of things.
Or,
Like
you
whenever they're like,
when she's in the store at the start, they have like something coming over the speaker, like super absorbent towels on aisle 3, and you're like, man, come on now.
I was the scene that got me when I was cutting together that video, because I was just parsing through the movie, was like I never actually noticed, I think because I'm so stressed out, the couple times I've seen it, where it's like when he goes to talk to the neighbor, he still has like blood all over him and shit. So it's like he goes to talk to the little girl, and the guy comes in the hallway. Nobody like says anything. Like nobody even like pays any attention. They're just like,
he
oh my
says-
god,
A red room, but like that doesn't look like.
yeah, he said I'm painting. Yeah.
that's right. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, sorry, it's paint. Anyway, and then he
If
just
someone
moved
pointed this
on.
out to me, like especially the women would have noticed that that's not paint. Like someone left that comment on the video, like they would have recognized that. I'm like that. Yeah.
Where I
So-
started laughing is that part when they go in the toy in the room where the baby's room is,
Dude,
and he has all of his toys that he got when he was a kid.
got the picture.
And I was just like,
so much like you.
I was like, oh come on, like, this is too much.
Or when they like do the close up. We're just talking about the fucking coffee table now. When they do that close up shot on him opening the wine,
Oh, yeah,
bottle and then pouring, it's like, all right, I see what you're doing here. They're just like that movie is constantly mocking you for being upset over a situation that they designed to be as upsetting as possible.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I can't believe you did this to yourself, Gracie. Why? At least get the views for it. Like, come on now. Like, don't put
Yeah,
yourself through that and not
I'm only
and not do the thing. It always blows up.
Yeah, I'm not doing that for free.
You just gotta
get a
watch
little
August Underground, all 3 of them, and then do it like you pick your favorites. You know,
Yeah.
the best of August Underground.
These are my favorite scenes from August.
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh my God.
I've heard both that
while eating a hot dog.
Yeah.
I've heard August Underground 2 and Human Centipede 2 are both like way worse than the first films.
Human Centipede
No.
2 is way worse than the first movie.
Mortem is probably the worst out of the 3 on August Underground for me. The third one kind of like, it felt too try hard, and it felt too like it wasn't very earnest. It didn't like, I don't know. Like, I'm not saying that I'm like a fan of these movies. I just, I can tell when something grosses me out and when something seems a little too try hard.
Yeah.
And the second one was definitely the one that I was like, holy shit, dude! Like, what the fuck?
Dylan, have you not seen Human Centipede 2?
I have not. No, I've not seen the sequels. I bring that up.
It is substantially worse than the first one.
All right.
Oh yeah, I never saw it.
I mean, it was so bad that they had to release it in black and white.
I feel like people are going to be upset with what I have to say about the first one, because I actually go through, it's almost like they're getting an extra pick in the video, because I spend like the first 4 minutes of the video giving my thoughts on the film, because I had not seen it since the first time I saw it way back in the day. So it's one of those things where it's like I was really coming to it not fresh. I knew the story way too well, but like just experiencing it as its own thing for the first time in ages.
Does
and
Luke
I have a lot to
watch
say.
these movies with you, or do you just
No,
put
he
subject
watches
yourself?
he watches the Japanese ones, which is sometimes even worse.
Mm.
Did you see that Noroi the Curse is finally getting a standalone Blu-ray release
Mm-hmm.
from Umbrella? It's in the J horror.
Yeah.
From Arrow.
Yeah.
No,
Good
I don't.
lady.
I really don't know how deep Luke wants to go down the disturbing movie rabbit hole.
It really depends. Wedding Trough seems like a good time, but
Yeah,
other than that, I don't.
it's a good
I
start.
don't know what else. What
Yeah.
else I want to get into.
I
I like a good love story, so
You were involved, right?
yeah. Of the making, I was really hands on in production, certainly.
You guys are all going to hell. That's what you guys are doing.
Sorry. Sorry.
Oh man, let's see here.
Yeah, Penelope. That's the one that I first kind of was like, Okay, is this real? That's the one that. What's his name?
Oh yeah,
fucking
Tiger
thought
Blood.
was real. Tiger Blood.
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen. Yeah, he thought it was real. I'm calling the FBI. He's like, they're doing what I'm doing in my house. And I gotta call the FBI on them.
Bye, Davey. Take care, buddy.
All right, take it easy, my friend. Enjoy the movie.
Yeah,
You're gonna miss all the fun, dude.
All of the opinions.
All the hatred.
Let's see here. And I know there was another story that had stuck out to me because I know we're probably just gonna jump right to the topic at hand here, but I know there's at least one more. Here it was. So the folks behind Deadstream, I believe you probably also got tagged in this, Evan. The folks behind Deadstream are going to be making a new Amityville horror film.
Really?
Yes, and it actually seems like we're getting a real solid attempt at finally reviving that franchise a little bit, and not just straight to DVD sequel. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going there. It actually seems like they're going to try to really bring something to that.
Are they doing Deadstream in Amityville, or is it going to be a serious movie? Because like Deadstream was a comedy, so
yeah, I know that Deadstream was a comedy. I'm trying to find the article. I just had it. But like I just know that the creatives of that are attached.
I'm kind of weird with Amityville in general right now because I've been working on a video on The Conjuring 2, and while doing that, I have been researching the Warrens and like the real cases of these, and it's just so shitty. But like, I'm excited because I like the Amityville movies, even the remake with Ryan Reynolds. I thought it was fun. I liked it.
I like them all. I'm fine with it.
Reynolds.
I mean, I don't like them all, but I mean, like the first three, I think I like the most.
Here we go.
Some of them are really funny.
It was Deadline. So it says Hard Eyes and Barbarian producers teaming on new Amityville movie. Deadstream's Joseph and Vanessa Winter set to direct.
Nice.
Yeah, so
I love their little short that they did at the end of one of the VHS movies. The one where Puck, where she goes down into hell.
Mm-hmm.
She was great in that.
I need to catch up on those. Like a lot of the newer ones I haven't seen.
I haven't seen a bad one yet. I mean, people say they're terrible, but I don't agree at all. I don't know what they're expecting.
The shit out of me the first time I saw it.
I'm trying to see if there's any extra details here about this real quick as I'm reading the full article.
Well, maybe the VHS, the third one, is probably a runner-up for worst, but it's just
viral.
Happens. Yeah, viral. But you know, they do have that one where they have the what is it? The Dead, the one with the old Spanish movies. The Creeping Death, or what is it called? The fucking they have one on a boat called like Seagulls.
I don't remember, but I know what you're saying. Is it Cruel Death?
No. It's the old Spanish films where they like go off. This girl's on a train and she takes the train, and then she gets off the train and then walks over to this like dilapidated like castle, and then all these like dead people in robes come out. The old like I don't know, and they're just like skeletons, and they just come at you all slow. Blind Dead. Thank you, Penelope.
Oh, there we go.
That was the one good short. It was with the kids with the short. They were skating around, and then that came out of the sewer. It's one of those guys. The Templars. Yes, thank you.
I never even watched Viral. Like I saw the first two, and then I saw whatever one of the new ones had the funeral home.
That was one of the first new ones, actually. Yeah.
Whatever that one was, I saw that.
I think the guy who did that one is the guy who did Seance, the movie Seance, and he was also the writer on Blair Witch with the new one.
Oh, the one with
Have we heard anything else about this new Blair Witch they're talking about?
No, nothing. Not a thing.
It's gonna suck.
Yeah, everything's been tied up.
Suck.
That's also Blumhouse, isn't it?
Yes.
I don't want them to get everything because if we're gonna do this, and And apparently that's not all. There's a big again, this is rumor mill, rumor town 5000. So everybody please, so no, it's not Nightmare on Elm Street. It's Friday the 13th related. I was watching Mike from We Watched a Movie. He was kind of reading the tea leaves a little bit, going into some stuff, connecting some dots. So again, take it with a grain of salt. But apparently the Jason universe put out a tweet or a thread or something on one of their social medias, basically hyping up that they were going to be like on stage with Blumhouse at Comic-Con for a very special announcement. But it's Jason universe, so we can't make heads or tails of that, honestly, because they could say a very special announcement is that NECA is going to eventually make action figures for Jason.
Announcement that you get about a Friday the 13th movie after this long is that Blumhouse has bought the rights to the franchise.
I'll be of two minds, because on one hand, he said the same thing in his video, but I think it's absolutely right. I think that I'll be happy that at least a movie is being made, so that means that there is some life in the franchise. We can finally get this thing in front of some people again. Because I feel like the fact that it's been dormant for so long is why, we make Friday the 13th videos, nothing ever works. No, they always underperforms because nobody fucking cares. And I think that, like, on the other hand, I'll be furious that it's Blumhouse, because it's just like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do to
anybody other than them? I mean, just anybody.
It's such a shame too that they got. I mean, obviously we don't know. We have to wait and see. But like, I am bummed they got Saw, because Saw X was really good, and it felt like we were in a good place for the franchise and the storyline, and I was excited to see where it would continue.
I don't know. Maybe they'll be on an upswing, dude.
Maybe. I don't know. There are Blumhouse movies I like.
Exactly.
I don't hate Blumhouse.
I liked Freaky.
I
liked Freaky. I liked the one you did, Sinister.
Look, I've defended even some bad Blumhouse movies, because I think when you put Blumhouse at the front of something, you get movies that like aren't terrible, but because they're Blumhouse, people are like, oh, these are worthless. There's no value. Sorry about that. Even something like that's not a good movie, like Exorcist Believer, was not, to me, as bad as people were saying it was. Especially through the first half of the movie. There's some good shit in the first half.
It's,
or I mean, Night Swim's bad.
Yeah, Night Swim's bad.
Were really good.
Imaginary's not great.
But it's so stupid that it's fun to watch. I have a Blu-ray of it.
Well, there you go. I'm proud of you. I actually like this one here, Chud, because I think wasn't at one point. Didn't you have an issue with this, Luke, or were you on board with this? I forget. But wasn't Jordan Peele, like years ago, when like Get Out had come out and Us had come out, wasn't he supposed to be like, or he had pitched a remake of Chud or something?
I think there was talk of it, especially because there's a videotape in Us or whatever was one of the things. That was a big discussion coming out of that film. But I don't know if there was ever actually any movement on it. I just know he was heavily influenced by that film. So I don't know if there was actually anything.
Yeah, he had the tapes.
All lined up. So I don't know if there was any actual discussions on that, or it was just kind of, I would love to see Jordan Peele do Chud.
He had it in it was Us, right? Is that what you said?
Us,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Was I going to say, I don't know if it was with you guys or somebody had asked me, what would be like your ideal remake? And I was like, Chud. Because you could do so much. It's like that movie is one of those movies that if you really watch it, there's only half of it is good. The parts that are good are really good, but the rest of it is just throwaway garbage for the most part. Like truly, I like some of the actors in it, but it's just too much talking. Like all we wanted was monsters, man. Just give us the monsters and none of this, like, I'm falling in love and like this guy's crazy. And I don't know. Like, what was the guy? Was he a police officer? He was in Cue the Winged Serpent, the same guy.
Yes. Mo something or another.
Are you talking about from The Stuff?
Oh, maybe he was in that one too.
Mo Money?
You might be right. Hold on, I'll look it up.
Yeah, I like to go back. This was something that I think like Good Bad Flicks made a comments about years and years ago. where it was just like that age-old saying of like they should go back and remake bad horror movies from the 80s and stuff. It's like I really think that there's a lot of stuff that we could definitely go back and play with, a lot of little franchises, like even if they're not necessarily bad by like our standards, but they didn't perform well. It's kind of like, what if we bring back, I know the big one that Luke and I are always talking about is like Killer Clowns and Critters. And like Maniac Cop would be another one that's probably pretty fun to go back
Killer
to.
Clowns
Stuff
is
like
happening.
that.
He was in this stuff. You're right.
You didn't
Michael
hear
Moriarty.
Who's doing Killer Clowns?
Yeah. Look this up. I'm fairly sure that Ryan Gosling is involved in this.
Yes.
But yeah, no, they are remaking Killer Clowns. It is getting a new one.
Yeah, he's a huge fan.
Yeah.
Well, I put up an article we talked about. I think we might have talked about it on one of our lives.
We talked about it on here.
I don't know. I'm running on empty tonight, so
I'm
like I'm missing.
There's one of yours. There's one of yours.
We did the news. I know I did a video on it on like I think on TikTok at least.
Oh yeah, he's producing for Amazon. Okay.
Yeah,
I got you. This was in April. Jesus.
I believe that his version will do good. And the reason I do is because I don't think he'll skimp on the good stuff.
Yeah.
Like so many people want to take them CGI. We need to stay the fuck away from that. That's not going to make Killer Clowns. You cannot make a Killer Clowns movie CGI. Okay. I understand a little bit, but don't do it at all.
Yeah.
I say go full CGI. I want like full CGI Clownzilla.
Damn it.
I want it all. Like, and I want like 90s, early 2000s liquid CGI. I want it to look like the Abyss.
I was just rewatching The Conjuring 2, and that has a baffling thing to like. There's no reason for Valak to be CG in that movie. They didn't need to do that.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
Well, keep in mind, a lot of times they do a physical person, but then they CGI over top of it.
Yeah, but they didn't need to do that.
I know. I hate that.
It didn't look good. It didn't look shiny.
So I want to talk about what Grace is saying there as being the only hater of the Speak No Evil remake. The thing with that remake is like all of the theme from the first movie is ripped out pretty much, and it's just like an entertaining thriller. That's why I liked the it's not as good as the original, but I like it just as like a entertaining thriller because I mean James McAvoy's in it. He's great. It's fun. It's exciting. It's more palatable. You don't feel terrible after it ends.
Yeah, we were gonna skip that one, and then I just took a vote on the channel and got sent to the theater. It wasn't terrible. I didn't hate it. Like
the original is like better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, after rewatching that, I totally agree. But like, it's one of those things where I'm just like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't see the original before seeing it because I feel like I would
first.
Yeah, because remember I planned on watching the original because Luke and I and everybody had been talking about it, but it got so busy. That was September, so I just snuck out by myself to go see it, and then that I think it was a couple days later I ended up watching the original, and I was just like, yeah, the original much better, better movie in general, but the remake, I mean, yeah, it's just like
it's a good time.
Yeah, I didn't hate it, and they were definitely in. It's Blumhouse, so they were in my shit list for a while. So
yeah, sure.
It's like I'm not.
They always jump the shark at some point in the movie.
It got pretty silly by the end.
That's what it is. I don't know what it is.
Dude, that's the one thing I thought with although yes, but Night Swim, where it's like, I actually understand because like at my house growing up, it wasn't a fancy thing, but I did have a pool in my house, and I understood the fear of like looking into dark water at night. I was like, that I see where the inspiration for wanting to tell a story here is. But then by the end, they just went to like cosmic realms under the pool and huge CG black smoke monsters. Like, why do you have to take everything to the nth degree? It doesn't need to go here.
Anytime they do black smoke monsters, it's where I really don't like
that. Was dirty water though, guys. It was different.
That was just it was fecal matter. That's it.
Oh yeah. So if you freeze frame on the spirit in the water in that movie, it's the goofiest looking thing you'll ever see.
Do you remember Paranormal Activity? The ghost dimension is where they had one of those smoke monsters.
Right. That's
smoke monsters were a big thing. via 2015, 2016.
You know
there.
what? I like the Paranormal Activity movies. Some of them are really bad, but I really enjoy them.
I liked the most recent one was I don't know.
Next
I didn't like that
I
one.
did not like.
I liked the beginning. I didn't like the end.
Yeah, it's also got part of the issue for me with a lot of found footage movies. It's like, can we not have people who are filming with like professional grade equipment constantly? Like this just completely breaks the immersion of this.
We got people saying they didn't even finish the remake. What up, Darkroom? What's going on?
Hey,
what's up?
That's disappointing. I love James McAvoy. Yeah, and he's not bad in it. Like he's definitely a huge highlight. I don't think the cast is bad at all.
Good luck making James McAvoy give a bad performance. That dude is.
He rides the line really well in that movie.
Yeah, he does.
Honestly,
I was concerned with
the writing.
Trailers. The trailers showed every like amped up moment of him, so I was like, is he just gonna be like this the whole time? But he's not. Like I felt like he, as you said, he rode the line of it very well.
Yeah,
He's done it in other movies.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, it's all good. I was just answering the question here. I was like, I don't blame you at all on that, especially because like once they start hopefully getting back to their roots, I mean, we'll see how some things go. Like I'm still optimistic about oh Jesus, what is that movie? Black Phone 2. I'm still very optimistic about it. I think it's going to work out.
I haven't watched the trailer, but just based on what I'm hearing, the way people are describing, I'm like, this sounds cool.
I really hope it works. I think that would be a huge win for not only Scott Derrickson, just because like, you know, that would be a way to kind of cement him, I think, a little bit further up the chain, even though he's made Marvel movies and shit. He doesn't need it. But I think that would definitely, if he can make this franchise work, because he didn't really get to shepherd Sinister 2. I mean, he wrote it or co-wrote it.
Yeah, he
but
did.
that was about it. So, you know, I want to see him continue it.
Delbert Grady says the Babadook sucked.
I mean, I know why people say it. I mean, I don't.
I think you know.
I don't think it sucks, but I understand why people
those
feel
movies
that way.
that got like overhyped is like the scariest thing ever, and then it's like a slow burn, emotional thing, and people were probably disappointed.
It's
I
the
love
kid.
that movie. Yeah, he's supposed to drive you up the fucking wall.
Exactly. That's why I can't, you know, but I understand, like, if I was being graded like that, you know, like, I mean, grading, like a grading.
Yeah, if you were irritating.
If the child was grating at my nerves, then I would probably not like the movie too.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I gotta go check something real quick.
Okay. Yeah, a
check his toilet.
PG-13 Terrifier would definitely suck, Gracie. You're not wrong about that. that would be a really weird experience. It's kind of the same way that I felt about them making a censored version of Deadpool 2 for like a younger audience, where it's like, well, that just kind of defeats the purpose of the character. Right? Like, if you want to watch a PG-13 superhero movie, then watch a different one. But granted, I didn't see the censored version, so maybe it's really good. I don't know. It just seemed weird to me.
I think that's a valid point, though. I don't know about PG-13, but at least use him to be scarier.
What?
I don't even.
Clown?
Yeah, Art the Clown. I don't know how a Terrifier film would work as PG-13.
Yeah.
It's hard to do this rated R one because they're always unrated.
Well, I don't think they have done one.
Yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
That's what you can't even. It's hard to make a case for a rated R Terrifier, let alone a PG-13.
Yeah,
but I mean, I could see them somebody wanting him to be scarier,
sure,
instead of just like obscenely, like, you know, kind of ridiculous a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I think there's like a tone to some of the early short films with Art the Clown that's a lot creepier.
Exactly.
Than what we got in the movie. And I know that he said that was kind of coming back for Terrifier 3. I didn't feel like it was quite there. But like if you watch the first, like the Terrifier short film, it's really good. And it's got this like just creepy, like real grindhousey tone to it.
That's what I loved about it. That's why I like
it's a great short film. I actually like that short film more than I like the first Terrifier movie.
Well, and the anthology as well.
All Hallows Eve I like. I really enjoy that movie. The second one is garbage.
Yeah, it's not so good.
And the thing with the second movie too is that those weren't short films that were made for it. Those were short films that already existed that you can find online and just watch, because there are some good shorts on there. Like the first one where she eats the pumpkin seeds. That one was awesome. There's some solid ones on there, but they weren't made for the movie, and you can find them in other places without having to sit through All Hallows Eve 2.
Were you going to say something, Luke? I'm sorry, man. I hope I didn't cut you off.
No, I don't think so. You're talking about shorts that were made prior to, like, leading up, or are you talking about like the Ninth Circle?
Yeah,
like that?
well, more so the first Terrifier short, but Ninth Circle too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just curious. What do you guys think of? So, obviously, there's a strong Terrifier fan base. It would be. Do you think fans are more accepting of those types of rated R? I guess teetering rated R shorts because they were prior to these unrated films that dove really deep into the gore and the, slicing bodies in half. Would they be accepting after the fact that we've already had so many things, or would there be so much criticism
like
that it'd be like, it's not the same?
It's probably a different audience in general. Like, I think,
but
like Ninth Circle especially is like a totally different.
Yeah, I think it would reach a different audience, certainly. But obviously, you're going to have Art the Clown diehards coming in, and would they be accepting of it, I guess, is my question. Or would it be,
A lot of them wouldn't.
It's not the same. It's we miss Art slicing off heads and putting salt in wounds and things like that.
I think part of it, too, that's important to consider is, like, I imagine if Leone had the resources at the time to make those early short films as gory as the Terrifier movies have gotten, he probably would have done it. Like, I don't imagine that he was holding back on the graphic nature of it due to creative decisions just based on what we've seen him do. I think it probably just came more down to like a resource thing, but sometimes that can like, Jaws had the same sort of benefit where the resources led to the movie being like 10 times better than it would have been if we'd seen the shark lots. So sometimes those kinds of things, outside of creative intent, it can have a huge impact.
Yes, you were right, by the way. It's called All Hallows Eve is called Trickster. Oh, God damn it.
Deja Vu?
It's called All Hallows Eve Trickster. I actually reviewed it.
It's unrelated, isn't it?
It's the production team. It's like the producers of the first Terrifier movie.
Oh, okay.
Which he is a part of this thing. Here's the cover.
Okay.
They have another one called Inferno coming out.
Yeah.
This is much more of an anthology. It's like kind of like they did the first ones, but it's like different creatures. I felt it was a little lackluster, but some of the creatures are kind of cool in that sort of get out there and do it yourself kind of way.
Yeah, and I mean originally the intention for All Hallows Eve was to do that. Like Leone signed on to the first one originally just to make one short. The guy wanted to acquire his previous two, and then he's like, I'll make one. Or he wanted to acquire Ninth Circle, and then Leone was like, let me make one, I'll do the wraparound segments. So he just kind of like took that one over, and then 2 was, I think, more in line with what the guy originally wanted to do, because Leone wasn't the creator of All Hallows Eve. He just signed on and gave all this stuff to it.
Nice. So
where it is now, like, he's not.
I don't think I've ever seen the sequel, All Hallows Eve 2. I've only seen the first one.
Oh, man.
It's worse.
Rough. It's
Okay.
rough.
Here's what I'll do. I made a playlist of all of the short films from All Hallows Eve 2, because they're all on YouTube. I'll just send you that playlist.
Wonderful.
There's a couple of good ones.
Oh, okay. So
But
it's not all a lost cause.
It's not all a lost cause, but the issue is that they have like 3 good ones, and there's like 26 shorts in that movie. And then they also have these unbelievably, like, egregiously tacked on wraparound segments in the movie.
Oh, yeah. They kind of do that in this one, too.
Yeah,
It's really terrible, kind of.
Yeah.
The wraparound is like some 3D animation thing that they did, which, I like stuff like that, but it just felt so obligatory. It didn't make any sense.
You're never going to top the like animated creep show wraparounds. That's not going to happen.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, those are pretty good.
What?
The animated ones? No, from the movies.
Yeah.
Oh, they start out as comic books.
Right. Sorry. I have this thing about anthologies though, because like I feel like everybody looks at the Creepshow movies, which were made with like the most amount of money most fucking anthologies are ever made with, and then they go, well, that's the form, that's the base of every anthology should be just like that. And it's like, yeah, no, producers don't do that.
Yeah. Can we go to the topic?
That's what I was about to say. I was just waiting for y'all to wrap up. I see we're having some Art the Clown discussions.
Mhm.
So here
It's our
we
reboot.
are.
Reboot of the first 2 episodes, remember?
Yes. Alrighty. So
Terrifier
today's
4 is a requel.
discussion, our first, I guess, real. Is this the first topical discussion thing we've done? Really, or is this?
No, sure.
No, we did. Okay, yeah, we did the Christmas special. That's right, we did do that one. But we've done some movies, but yeah, this was something that I was just I was racking my brain. I knew we had to think of something, and I don't know. I think I had scrolled past someone bitching about 28 days later or 28 years later again online, and I was just like, you know what? I get it. Movies, they come, you're so excited for them. You want everything out of them. You want them to be the greatest and the best, and sometimes they just don't deliver. So I wanted to pose the question to not only the audience, of course, but our panel here of what are some of the biggest disappointments that you can think of in your, I guess, cinematic horror going experience here. So I'm going to start because I know this one, I already sent my basic list to everybody just to give an idea so they knew what to do. But I'll start and we'll go to, how about Luke, Evan, and then Alex. We'll just keep it in that rotation. So,
Okay.
But mine is simply not probably one that people were going to really remember and or care about. But to me, this is a filmmaker I really love. This is somebody that I was really excited to see what they had coming next. And I can say after the film they did after this one, I still very much love them and I still very much trust them with what they're doing. And that is Alex Garland's Men. This was a body horror Alex Garland film. It should have been everything I could have wanted from it. And I thought that it was extremely heavy-handed and it just didn't really offer anything for me to chew on after.
Wait,
and
heavy-handed?
Yeah, it was. I don't get the reference, Alex.
Are you saying it's too woke? Is that what you're trying to?
Yes, it's too woke. If that's what you want to, if that's the terminology today, yeah, it's too woke. So yeah, no, it wasn't even that. It was just, it's one of those things to me where it's just like I felt like the whole movie is spinning its tires the entire time. Like we're just waiting for the point or something. And even then, I'm fine with ambiguous films. I love that, especially when it comes to kind of like things that are a little bit more out there, a little bit more sci-fi like Men was. And I just felt like we never got any amount of resolution. We never really knew what the stakes were to begin with, other than just this town of people with a lot of people who look the same are harassing this woman. And that's pretty much the whole movie. And I got to say, it was one of the bigger disappointments. And funny enough, actually, now that I think about it, our first film review on the channel. So
it was one of my first as well. I reviewed that very early on the channel.
Yeah. But yeah,
Christine
Man,
and I really liked
certainly.
it.
Me too. I like it. I totally see what you're saying with it being like, just it feels really shallow in the way that it explored the theme that it was tackling. Especially considering like if you're gonna make a movie that kind of has like feminist themes, you should probably hire some women to work on the movie, which they didn't do. It was all men, which is just kind of ironic. But no, I like the movie. It's like enchanting. It's got this
Like,
cool, like dreamy vibe to it, and the fucking ending of that was so crazy. Like I left the theater giggling. It was just I had such a blast with that.
now, I'm not saying that part's not amazing. Like, I think that's super funny and it's awesome, but it is not getting across the point I think they wanted to get across with me at all. I was just like, you know what? Just not. It's funny. It's weird. It's out there. It's going to be stuck in my head forever, but it is not something that I plan on revisiting.
I've been
Luke,
for a video.
I will watch your video on it. I'll watch people talk about it all day long, but yeah, I just don't know. I might have to at some point revisit it. But Luke, what is your first big one for the disappointments?
Well, my first pick is the start of a franchise that I feel like got on track after this with its concept, and I was excited for the concept, and that's why I think it's such a big disappointment for me is the original The Purge, just because it was something where, you know, that idea of everything's legal in one night. We're going to be able to go through the city and, see what's going to happen. And, they got there eventually, but that first one is so secluded. And I just wanted so much more out of that concept because it is such a rich concept. I mean, sitting here now, we know what you can really get out of a film like that, but it just felt like it was a wasted opportunity to really ignite that franchise and really get going. Because I didn't know after that one, I remember sitting down watching that. I watched it on VOD at the time, and I was excited to see what we were going to get out of it. And I was like, okay, we're in a house. And then, it just kind of went on for that. And I was expecting, let's get some more mileage out of this. And I just felt, after that, I just felt very underwhelmed, especially having like Ethan Hawke in there. I was expecting a little bit more out of that film. So it was certainly underwhelming. Like I said, we got there eventually. It was just that first film, especially when you have a unique concept like that. I think you really want to show so many different aspects of a film like that. And I just think it was kind of a little bit wasted to start the franchise.
It's like an annoyingly typical home invasion movie.
Yes.
Like they had such a cool concept, and then they just did a regular home invasion with it.
It's like usually we support stuff like this, right? Where it's like they have a big idea, but they start with the smaller movie first to get off the ground. But yeah. I agree. I feel like Anarchy is the perfect pitch of where I want this movie to be, and that's the next one. I like kind of being in the streets, feeling that kind of like Escape from New York kind of vibe, where it's just different gangs, different factions all running around the city. Like that's the Purge at its peak for me.
That's where the sequel, that's where I got the feeling that I wanted out of the original. Like when I had sat down and watched the original, when I got to the sequel, I was like, okay, this is what I wanted out of my initial viewing of The Purge.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Okay. So we got Men, we got Men, The Purge. Evan, what do you got up on your list, sir?
I'm going to start with a very recent one just because it's the most fresh in my head. And I'm sorry, Dylan. It's The Wolfman.
You're just taking that from chat because I was going to say
it's been on my list for hours.
We got the Wolfman popping up in here.
Yeah.
He does bring up a great point that after upgrading Invisible Man, I was expecting my mind to be blown, and it was just good. And I appreciate that. But
Wolfman, like, I need to give it a second watch. But like,
shots fired.
Well, give and take. But I don't know. It felt like I left the theater for Wolfman just like feeling, oh, like that's it. Okay, it's over. That's all right. Like I don't know. Part of my big issue with it is that it felt like a lot of the movie was trying to play with this mystery surrounding the fate of his father, and I didn't think they handled that nearly well enough for it to be effective. Like to me, it was so, I don't know what spoilers, what they were revealing was so obvious throughout the whole movie. And so the sequence where they take like 2 minutes to like focus on building what seemed to be intended to be a holy shit reveal, where the whole time you're just going, oh yeah, I knew that already. We just kind of like took all the air out of the tires in that one for me. Like I like things about it. Mostly through the first half when this infection is first taking a hold of him, I thought was really great. But then once it becomes a Wolfman movie, it just felt really empty. Like I didn't feel like they did anything interesting with the concept. Like they have this unique take on it being an infection, but after the actual infection comes in, it's just a typical werewolf movie with a guy who is just looks like he hasn't shaved in a couple days.
Well, I have been defending this movie all year, and I will continue to do so.
And I will be making a video on it next year.
Yeah, no, and it's I don't know. This movie, I really don't know why. Like thinking back on it, it's like I do agree with a lot of the criticisms I've heard about it being kind of like they gave too much away in the trailers. It was overall just not the most impressive, very basic kind of, Wolfman storytelling stuff with. Unfortunately, I think they really got off on a bad start with people, and they most certainly did with Luke and I. Like, we went into this expecting it to be absolute, garbage. And I think everybody else went into it saying, yeah, it's probably going to be pretty good. It's Lee Winnell. Trust in Lee Winnell. And it's like the whole world flipped upside down for us because we walked out of there. We still to this day like enjoy this movie. And it seems like everybody else was just like, no, this movie sucks. It's like, I don't know. I think it's simple. It doesn't do anything crazy, but I still enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm not sour on it. Certainly. I think, looking at how many werewolf films are released throughout the year and how many of those films pull back onto, it's a psychological aspect of the wolf. And we don't really get the payoff of an actual werewolf film, and then we actually get this. I thought was a little refreshing from what we normally see, because a lot of times we just see ones that are just not very good at all. And I like the aspect of it being treated as this disease. I like the idea that some of the scenes where he's listening to his wife talk and they can't hear anything. It's just this kind of barrier.
The spider sequence genuinely made my heart jump out of my chest. I had no clue what that was.
Dude, there were some cool logistical things that they did in it.
Yep. My favorite scene of that whole movie is because they didn't explain it until a little later, is when he's boarding up the front door and he starts talking to them, and they're just like standing there looking at him like, what? Like, what is going on? And I realized in that moment, I'm like, oh, he's like not speaking words right now. He's probably just like mumbling. And that was like chilling. That was such a great way of handling. That's what I do need to rewatch it. We're talking about disappointments. I was disappointed leaving the theater, and I've only seen it once, so I'm including it on the list there. But there are some things in this movie that were genuinely really good. That part was, I thought, brilliant.
I think with the fact that he did the Invisible Man and how perfect that sort of metaphor and everything was, I think people were just looking for that extra layer. And their extra layer in this one was just the story about the past and the father, and it had already been done. It's already kind of been done, right? Like Hereditary, like
and it felt really
all these movies.
The way they did it, like I don't know, all the interactions with his daughter. It's like this is the most like lacking in nuance way you could possibly set this up.
I think that there's a lot of good ideas. I don't know whether it would have benefited from maybe being worked on in the script department for a little bit longer, if maybe they would have spent a little longer there, or if just in general they develop the ideas more, because it does feel like for every like really cool idea, like again him not being able to talk, seeing it through the wolf vision, all that stuff, the sound design, for all that good stuff, and the them really taking that stab with the more body horror angle to the werewolf, you're right, like the other elements to this movie, the really that progress the story are just really simple. They're just very simple, and they're not interesting simple. They're just
like they were setting
people get to house.
Like you had the idea of these things. They just kind of feels like they didn't spend enough time with it. Like the movie needed like another year or something.
Right. It did. It needed more time to parse it out. Like there was just too many simple scenes and situations. If it would have been just another werewolf movie, that would have been probably okay with most of the people. But I think because of its history and the writer,
the Wolf Man,
and it just didn't
you're
work
naming it after that. You have some, pretty fucking big shoes to try and fill. Like the original is incredible. It's like tied with Frankenstein for my favorite Universal monster movie. I love the original Wolfman, and the remake is not great, but it has a lot of great stuff, and a lot of people really love it. So I think this new one, you had, you had some big shoes. I just don't know.
See, like I always think of werewolf films. Like I always think of Cursed. Is it Cursed?
8 for Silver.
And just how ingenious that was.
Awesome.
Like it's like it took some leaps that not every piece was perfect.
Yep.
But the way they did it and how they treated it with all this care and everything, it wasn't just a stupid let's take a risk movie. It was like actually well acted and actually
they fleshed it out, and it was beautiful. My God, it was like a painting.
And then at the end, it's like, oh shit, what the fuck? That's so crazy, like it made it so much more of a movie to remember than something like that for me.
No,
now, I had to kind of go pick a couple more because you guys named 2 of mine, so that's why I was on my phone the whole fucking time, because I knew that was going to happen. But I mean, I'm so open to movies. I really don't like to shit on them. It's not my thing, It's not that I don't. It's like I've talked shit about other movies plenty of times, but I really try to be I try to focus more on like movies that I like and that have surprised me and that people should see, and that I like digging for those movies that people should give a chance and stuff. So this is very difficult for me, but Exorcist Believer is definitely one of those ones. But it's weird because it's like I didn't really have that many high expectations going in, but in the same regard, I was kind of like, I don't know. I was lured in at the beginning of the movie, very interested in where it was headed.
The first half is like good.
It is. It really is. Genuinely had me on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they introduced the fucking legacy characters, I was like, fucking done. You fucking ruined it. Like, how do you, it's like you spit in my face. Like you just spit in my face while I was watching the movie.
What really, like, it didn't feel like the build-up was necessary for this kind of character, but like the build-up to her reveal got me hyped. Like you start the theme like, slow and ambient, and then it's slowly building up as they're getting to her, and I was like, oh, I'm fucking, like, I had chills in the theater. I was like, this is happening.
Oh, let's write this really cool edgelord shit in. Like, come on, dude.
And look, you know, I think the term virtue signaling gets thrown around too much. That fucking dialogue was some of the most egregious virtue signaling I've ever heard. No, they didn't let you in the room because both of the people who were in the room at the time died.
Right.
That's why. It's because of fucking patriarchy.
I need to rewatch it again, but it was one of those very few moments in movie history where I was just like, I'm done. I don't even need to watch this. I was like on my phone for the rest of the other part of the movie.
Or trying to perform the exorcism on one of the girls was the dumbest shit.
Dude, I've seen movies that tried to mimic The Exorcist better than that.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like
it better than that.
I was like, what the fuck, man? But yeah, that was a pretty egregious one.
Yeah, that's I didn't have high expectations for that movie. Just to begin with, and I had just recently seen, like, rewatched actually as an adult the original before seeing that, and I just think that, like, overall it has, like you guys had said, everything, you know, like it had me at the beginning, the first 30 minutes or so. Like Alex said, it just started to dip a little bit after that, and then once the legacy characters get brought in, I'm checked out, and it's hard to come back.
Say about it though is, like, you know, I'm the youngest one here, but by a small amount with Dylan and Luke. But like, I grew up at a time when, like, those possession movies, that was you were just calling yourself old. I grew up at a time when, like, those possession movies were fucking everywhere. Like, that was all I saw growing up. So I have a big soft spot for them. I have The Exorcist Believer on 4K. I bought the Steelbook.
It is true. It's
a bad movie, but I can have fun with these dumb possession movies. Like, there are plenty, like the Possession. I watched the one with it's not Jeffrey Dean Morgan. No, it is Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
It is, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that.
I watch that every October.
Do you know what's funny about that movie is that they actually used the real fucking box. They dug it up for promotion, like from the real box. Sam Raimi had it dug up, and that's the one that fucking what's his name has Zach Bagans in his museum or whatever. So.
I enjoy a dumb turn my brain off possession movie, and for me, like, Exorcist Believer, it has some enough good shit through the first half that, like, I'm like, I have no issue owning that, and I'll watch it every once in a while. It's watchable.
I still like part 2 better than it.
I have had a weird time with part 2 because I hated it so much when I first watched it. But the more I think about it, I'm like, it's still terrible. But there's this, like, fever dream to it that I do kind of like.
I've grown to like it more. Yeah,
you enjoy the pain. You like the pain. Now, for my next pick, for my number 2, I had to go with something that, even if it is disappointing, I thought, you know, and this is how I formulate my lists. I try to come up with little subsections of each one. So sorry, I didn't preface this. But if you want to change an answer, go for it. I said, even though it's disappointing, it's not a movie that I necessarily hate. But it was one that I had a lot of anticipation for. It is a creature that I think is just not been done well in cinema. And I was really, really looking forward to it. And I just thought it was fine. And that was Antlers. Antlers, I went to the perfect place I could go see this. Right in my town that I live in, there's a little tiny movie theater that looks like it's straight out of the 1990s. Like, it is nothing is updated. It is all old school. And I went there on an October day. It was raining. You know, it was nice. We had all this energy built up. It was Halloween time. And I walked into that movie. I loved all the anticipation. I loved, I think it was Scott Cooper is the one who did that.
Yep.
Yeah. I love him as a director. I love Hostels. I love all the other stuff he's done. Out of the Furnace is such an underrated movie. But this one, I just felt like there was something there that was just holding this movie back. And I could not get that feeling out of my head. And my subsequent rewatches, I always feel like there was a different intention for this movie. There was a different story arc before. Because when you watch that movie, I feel like the first half and the second half don't mesh well at all. It feels like everything happens way too fast after a certain point. It's like we do a really good job of building up this tension only to watch, and sorry, spoilers, to show that the dad is sick up in the attic. He gets out, kills one kid, and then we're in the climax. It's like, what? Like, this is supposed to be a Wendigo movie. Like, the trailers were amazing. You have Guillermo del Toro on this bitch, like, helping co-write and produce. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know.
I still like it. I think
it's a fine movie. It is something that I will watch, you know, every once in a while. But I just feel like I should have been in love with this movie.
Yeah, you wanted it to go further than it did, and the end is kind of abrupt.
Yes.
It's like, wait, it's over? God damn it. I want to see more of that.
Yeah. My first viewing, I had a really fun time with it because it was the same. I don't know if they came out the same day or if I was just going to see them the same day, but I decided on my own time to go do a double feature of Antlers and Last Night in Soho. And
it's a nice double feature either way.
Yeah.
And Last Night in Soho is amazing. So.
Well, and what was great about it too was like I went. I think Antlers was first. I don't remember, but like
that's
I went,
a good way to do it.
Antlers, and then I went, and there was a pub right next to me, so I went and I had a beer, and then I went and watched Last Night in Soho. So like I have a really nice memory associated with Antlers. It's just like a really good day to myself. But I just really like that. I think it's a great atmospheric, cool, fun Wendigo movie. Like, it doesn't do anything crazy. It's not one of those movies where I'm like blown away by it, but it's just a really entertaining supernatural horror movie. And I love the visuals to it. And I thought the scene in the attic was a crazy reveal. Like that fucking scene when you first get up there and learn a bit about what's going on.
When the principal goes up there, like, great stuff. I love that. I love when he's like feeding his dad and his brother or it's his dad, right? Yeah. But I love that whole and I love how consequential everything is. How it's like, you know, it's like you're screwed if you get this, and they really commit to that. But
there was kind of a metaphor in there too, right?
Yeah, it's like about drug addiction and
drug and alcohol addiction. Yeah.
Which
mostly heroin, I think.
That's it's because and I thought that was a brilliant metaphor, and I love that because if you watch Out of the Furnace, that also has a lot to do with how like heroin just absolutely ravaged Appalachia and just the towns and everything up there. And like it's one of those things where it's like I think that is so great. Like even I think Luke, you can agree with me on that. Like those were just those elements, those themes, they fit with the Wendigo so well.
Absolutely. And just Antlers in general, I think it has a beautiful groundwork. I think it has that grittiness of something like Out of the Furnace. And I went to the theater to see that, and I was really invested in that. And I agree with you, Dylan, where it's like I feel like the ending portion moves a little too quick, and there's something about the ending scene for me that just doesn't necessarily work.
Yeah.
I think it's just got such a strong foundation with the teacher and the kid and setting up these stakes that I don't know, something is missing a little bit in the end there that it just doesn't necessarily work for me. But it's when we talk about Wendigo installments, I think it's a strong installment. It like something held it back from being just, oh my gosh, I'm really vibing this film 100%.
Yeah, and clearly that's not for everybody, because I mean I think that there's definitely like I think just like with The Purge, it's like I still like the movie for the most part, but it's just like I think there's a better version of this story somewhere.
Sure.
Luke, what is your next pick, sir?
Well, this one here is kind of really how I feel about how you were just talking about. I think there's a better version of the story. This isn't a film that I hate. This is a film that I just had a high expectation for, and then I felt like something just held it back, and that's Cuckoo. I think I'm I remember we sat here and we talked about the trailer, Hunter Schafer riding the bike with the person chasing after, and then we get to the hospital, and it was such a perfect setup of eeriness, and that's really what I wanted throughout the rest of that entire film. And I think it loses something as we get further into the story. I don't know 100% what I wanted out of that story, just what we got narratively wise on screen. I just felt something was off as we got deeper and deeper into the story.
It's an action movie.
Exactly. And it's like Dan Stevens is wonderful in it. Hunter Schafer is wonderful in it. And it's like great performances. It was just, oh, we have a cameo here. But it's just, there was just something off about it that I like to actually rewatch this film. But it's something where, again, something held it back for me completely vibing with it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had a similar. My girlfriend loved it. Like, she still talks about, like, I want to watch Cuckoo again. And I'm like, yeah, I guess. Like, I
adored it as well. I thought it was great.
Yeah, and that's awesome. Like, I don't know, those kinds of like sci-fi action movies are really not my kind of thing. And so when the movie changed from like really creepy horror into that by the end, I was like,
Remember what I was saying about the genre splitting?
Yeah.
It seems like I liked it. See, that's the funny thing, is because it changed up the movie a little bit. Would I have liked to see it go a little darker instead of the tone that it took? Sure. Yeah. I think people are fair to say that it changed up too much where I thought I was headed, and it could have gone somewhere cool. But I still enjoyed it. I still think it was quirky and fun, and I like sort of the metaphor that they have in it too. So
I enjoy genre blending a lot. I think that I tend to have a problem, not a problem, but like just personally have a hard time jiving with stories when the genre blending comes in a way where it's like you have one movie for the first half and then a completely different feeling thing for the second half. I think I like when it's a little more muddled. The blend is going on more consistently throughout the story, because like
it's like two pieces.
Yeah, I had the same thing, and this is not to say that there's anything wrong with the movie, but I had a similar thing with Barbarian. And not because I don't like where Barbarian went. Barbarian's fucking awesome. But like every time I watch that movie, I get so into the setup of it, and I love that tone that they do so much, and then the movie just totally switches. And so for me, when I got so invested in what they were doing, and then it was a completely different thing, and I never got to see the movie that I felt like I was invested in see to its conclusion, I tend to have an issue with that. So maybe that's part of why Cuckoo didn't jive for me completely, but I'm sure it would be better on a rewatch.
I think what it is just, yeah, I think maybe your first rewatch might be better, because it's like when I watch like David Lynch films and stuff, they go all over the fucking place. And it's because I've watched movies like David Lynch and David Cronenberg and all these other fucking movies that I'm like okay with those kind of switches.
Sure.
But I totally understand. Like, I totally get it. You know, especially with Cuckoo, that's a weird one, because Christina was really into it until the last half, and she was like, what the fuck is this?
It's definitely, it takes a swing. I think it's just one of those movies that will forever be like either you're on board or you're not. And I think there's a lot of value in movies like that. Because it's like, I think that definitely gives people an opportunity to revisit, reanalyze, recontextualize, things like that we don't just, it makes the movie feel less disposable. I guess is kind of where my head's at with it. But that's just coming from someone, again, who really loved the movie. So it's like, I don't know necessarily.
I don't want to spoil it, but do you remember Jordan Peele's movie with the thing in the sky?
Yeah.
Nope.
That was one of them that I think kind of does the same thing a little bit.
Hey, I had the same issue with that movie.
Yeah. But that one, I kind of like, I've said some things about that one, because I think I gave it like a 6.5 because like I liked it, but the ending was just not for me.
Yeah, like I loved how like slow burn the setup was, and then it just kind of went like way too far for me. But I've only seen it once, and that was
like, I want to say it so bad, like, because it's just so funny to me.
I know.
I've seen that movie several times, and funny enough, I guess this will be a hot take then. That's my favorite Jordan Peele movie.
Yeah, that's a hot take.
I mean, I gotta rewatch them. Like, I haven't rewatched all of them since Nope came out, and I think what I'm gonna do this time is approach Nope like it's like a Jaws movie. That's how I'm going.
I was literally about to say, Luke said that in our review, and I was trying to find a way to like make that, like, figure out why I was vibing with it so much, and it feels like a Spielberg movie.
Totally. Absolutely.
It doesn't go nearly as hard as you're expecting a horror movie to go. It still holds back from, it's not like a lot of blood and a lot of stuff. It's suspense, and it's
kind of reminds me of
and it's
Signs,
building
too.
up. Yes, yeah. And
Yeah.
I think it's his best movie. I think it's his most mature movie, oddly enough, which
I
is
have
strange
some
for something like
issues with-
Us, because that seems like a really heavy topic.
Everybody
But,
hates
like,
that one. I love that
The
one.
approaches
Yes, so
tone. Like I think from memory, Get Out was my favorite one. Us really frustrated me. That was my least favorite by far, because it felt like there was this really dark horror story that they were telling that wasn't able to see itself to fruition because they couldn't stop making fucking jokes out of the situation. And then the end of the movie is literally just the villain sitting there and explaining the whole thing in one long monologue. So like I was already frustrated with the tone, and then it felt like there was no payoff. But again, years ago. So I'm more than due rewatching these.
Yeah, there's an element here that Gracie is hinting towards. I mean, I guess we can just say it. The chimpanzee.
Oh yeah, the monkey scenes in there.
It's
Yeah,
fucking.
those are
That
the greatest.
I didn't
That
find it scary at all. Like,
are you serious?
Yeah, no,
Oh
I
my
was,
god,
that's-
I was
watching those. I was like, this is cool.
terrified.
No, I didn't get it from that.
Oh my
So-
goodness.
So something I want to point out. I'm sorry. I don't mean. I'm not trying to change the subject, but I just don't want to forget this. So like each of his movies has like a theme, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And obviously this one's about Hollywood and being seen and being famous and all this, and everybody can sort of relate to that in a way, because in a way social media has kind of pushed us into our own version of Hollywood and existing online, because I post, therefore I am, essentially. But I don't think I related to it as much as I did with something like Us, because Us was like more about society and classes and different, like, I don't know. It was during a time where like a very tumultuous time. And so there was a lot of connections in that material. It's heavy handed, granted, just like Midsommar is heavy handed in the metaphors as well.
Sure.
And all the
Are you
hidden
saying
shit
it's
that
woke, Alex? Is that what you're
no,
trying to say?
no. I hate that fucking term, but that's why I made a joke with you. But yeah, I don't know. Just wanted to point that out. But anyway, yes, the monkey is definitely by far the most profound part of the movie, and I think in all the messaging it's trying to say.
Yeah.
The story of him as a child and him growing up, and yeah,
I would almost say like don't even take anything that I said about his movies like as any sort of value, because it's been so long, and like the last time I saw them I wasn't nearly as entrenched in film as I am now. So like it's more than likely that I watched these movies and just completely went over my head and I didn't enjoy them because of that. So I need to take another look.
Well, if you've ever watched a movie like I know I have, that I didn't like the first time around, and then I went back like 10 years later and watched it and was like, holy shit.
Yep.
I love this movie. Like, what the fuck? Like,
the new bunny, by the way, we haven't introduced him on stream yet.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the new
He
bunny.
just got his balls cut off, so I've been calling him Triple B, Benny the Ballless Buddy. He's a cool guy.
that's not very
Nice.
classy.
Well, that's what his name
How
is.
dare you?
Yeah, this is I did just want to mention this real quick. Yes, I do know
Yes.
about Travis the chimp. Absolutely
Yes.
terrifying. But yeah, also, yeah, I got a new Fear of Rabbits unlocked. You'll have to figure out what movie that is because it's still under embargo. So I'll shut up now.
Wallace and Gromit's Curse of the Were-Rabbit. We all know this.
Where were we at? Did Luke just go, or
Yeah.
did Evan just go?
We had a huge discussion off of
That's right. That's right.
Luke's mentioning of Cuckoo.
We stole it from Luke.
Yeah.
I know. I was all wrapped up.
My second one is gonna have to be Maxine. That was a
I
movie,
knew that was coming.
and like I still have not bought that movie, and I have X and Pearl. I have had zero interest, no urge to rewatch Maxine. I don't even really want to make a video about it. And to be clear, this isn't me saying that it's terrible, and I understand that it was referencing something, a very particular genre of 80s film. As each of these did, they were, X was very referential of the 70s, and Pearl was kind of like the 60s, 50s, 60s. And then Maxine went full 80s, and I get that. But I found the movie to be such a goddamn messy disappointment that felt completely disconnected from the other two. Where like X and Pearl feel like they go together. They're very different movies, but there's a
simple.
cohesion. Yeah, there's a cohesion there that I felt was completely lost going into Maxine. And then even outside of it feeling disconnected from the other two, the story itself is such an unfocused mess of way too many ideas that they did not flesh out properly. The ending felt like it was the most like ham-fisted bullshit ever. Like I really didn't enjoy Maxine, and I was super excited for it because I love X particularly, but both of those last two movies I thought were just brilliant, and Maxine did not click for me.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with you. I mean, on every point, but I wouldn't say that I was like, I didn't hate the movie and it didn't disappoint me over the, like, I still enjoyed it, but like, I get why people aren't into it because it is such a tonal shift from the other two. And yes, I feel like the biggest thing that hurt this movie was that it was never a trilogy to begin with.
Yeah.
Wrote Pearl while they were in quarantine.
Right.
They had to come up with a third one, I guess. And that's kind of where they decided to go with it. Great idea. It really ties it up. I'm really, of my pick, I think Pearl is the best of the three. But like, that's just me personally.
They're very different.
Mm-hmm. X is my favorite.
Yep. Yeah, me too.
But
it's the more raw. I think the creative one is probably, I would hand it to Pearl. Sure. But the first one is more raw and it's simple and it's good.
How touching X was. Like, aside from being a really like brutal slasher movie, I'm not ashamed to even say the scene when they were playing Landslide, I was legitimately tearing up. I thought the way that movie dealt with like aging and how it impacted your ability to love people, I thought was so like poignant.
Loving people woke.
Yeah,
anyway,
I thought the movie was like really, really emotional. Yeah, exactly. Dude, I showed that to Maddox. She fucking hated it because of all that.
Yeah,
which it's fair, but no, that's my favorite of the trilogy, and I Maxine just did not land for me.
Too many good ideas, too many ideas in one pile. It just didn't know what to do with itself.
Yeah.
Luke, your thoughts, Maxine?
Maxine, I like Maxine, but it's just, again, you created magic, I think, with X and Pearl, and they were probably in a lot of people's top 10, probably top 5 of that year, which is such a rarity to come out and have something like that. So I think there was a lot of high hopes with Maxine, certainly from my end.
One of the year when it came out,
and going in there, it was just like, I'm with you, Evan, where it's like that when we get to the end, I struggle heavily with what they offer there, because it's like I can get on board to an extent with some of Maxine as they tell the story, but once we get into we're having a shootout and all that, it just feels so like
the ending is my least favorite part. That's my least favorite part of the movie.
Like, it demystified the preacher from the first one, because like that felt like such a simple addition to X, where like you get the reveal of him, how he's related to the story. I thought was really great, and then it feels like they just went way too far with it in Maxine.
It's like, with the story, I was expecting a little bit more of it. I love Kevin Bacon in it, and it's like I wanted, I don't know, more with him. I could say I wanted more with a lot of different characters in there, and it's not a short film, so it just seems like sometimes when you set the table so perfectly, like you did with X and Pearl, and then you offer Maxine, I think we just got underserved from what we were expecting out of there. Especially the trailer going into that, I thought was rather strong, so it got me even more excited for the film. And then I remember walking out saying, I think it
just comes down to him feeling it real quick. I think it just comes down to him feeling, again, the other two were natural. They just came to their heads. They were ideas that came to the heads and they wrote it. Maxine just feels like they had to make something. Yeah. So
he had it too long. He had it in the oven too long. It was like, oh, let me change this, let me do that, and then I think there was too many expectations on it, so he second guessed.
That's also a problem as well.
Yeah, because that happens. I mean, like some of the, like when I wrote music, some of the most well thought out songs that I like waited over for months, to like get it just perfect. nobody cared about.
Yep.
But the ones I wrote in a fucking afternoon and then touched up later for a week, everybody loves. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's very common.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He overthought it. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd have to say that's definitely the kicker there. But very excited to see what he does next. So
sure.
Oh, I love Ty. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I really enjoy his work.
Understood.
Yeah, fuck him for that. I don't care. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but it's really fun because like I own Exorcist Believer, I own Halloween Resurrection. I have had no interest in buying Maxine, not because it's bad. It's better than those movies. There's no question about that. I just have no interest in rewatching it.
I feel you, Alex.
So, I'm gonna pull my punch on one of these, so I'm gonna save the big one for last.
Okay.
So it's not gonna be, but I know this is gonna upset a lot of people. But long legs, you know. So
I had a feeling if you didn't put it on there, I knew that someone in the chat was going to bring it up. That's why I chose that as the thumbnail.
Yeah. I honestly I was waiting. I was gonna not do it because you put it in the fucking thumbnail because I was like, "Fuck, god damn it!"
It's it was either that or 28 years later. Like those are the only two because people are so aggressive.
The last like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's just like Dylan said, he likes the movie. I like the movie. You know, it's just I was wanting something a little bit different from it. It was trying to tell me that it was going to be something different than it was. Actually,
I wanted
marketing was really good, and they fucked it up completely.
Yeah,
in a vacuum, the marketing's great. In terms of the movie they were selling, was so far off from what Longlegs actually was that they just fucked it completely.
There's so many elements in that I love. I like. There's so many things that they do in it that I'm like, fuck yeah, that's so great. Like the I'm not gonna say, but the doll thing and the the story of like Nicolas Cage's character and like there was like lore in that I was picking up that they didn't even put in that I picked up and gathered and came up with in my own mind that would have been better if they would have just added it to the fucking movie.
Yeah.
I don't hate any decision they necessarily made in the movie except for one completely unavoidable thing, and it just comes down to I was expecting a different movie.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted something more grounded, closer to like a Prisoner's. I thought that's kind of
what anybody knew what we were going in for, though, right?
No,
so they led us down the wrong path intentionally or something, and then
I knew from the first scene when he's in the front yard, I was like, "Oh, this is not what they sold me." Okay, turn off the brain, forget what you know, just try and enjoy this.
Right.
I fucking love Longlegs, and I made a whole video on it, and then I watched Dr. Wolfula's video on Longlegs, and I was like, he hit the nail on the head on why I like this movie so much better than I did in my fucking 40-minute video essay on it. But what Longlegs is to me, not as good as this, but it's like a weird Twin Peaks spinoff where like the focus is less on the narrative and just these like weird, uncanny, zany characters with a off-putting atmosphere, and shit is strange and doesn't make sense. And from that perspective, that's why I like this movie so much. I threw out my notions of what I thought the movie was going to be really quickly because the opening scene showed me that they were inaccurate. And I walked away very satisfied with it, and I've only come to like Longlegs more as time has gone on. I fucking love that movie.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Dylan. Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off, dude. I fucked that up.
You're good. You're good. All I was gonna say was just like my only sticking point since I saw that movie, and Luke can attest to this. It's my only criticism I've had since walking out of the theater was I wanted it to be more grounded. I thought that it would have been more interesting and more exciting to me to have Nicolas Cage be a real human, like, you know, he's a real human being, but you know what I mean? Like not have any supernatural assistance. And it just kind of, I wanted to see how they were doing this. I wanted to see how he was getting away with all this, how he was doing this. I was looking for a really creative answer. And I feel like the first time I saw it, it was just like, okay, supernatural. All right, cool. Yeah. So, I mean, it just takes the excitement out of it because it's just kind of like, well, now you basically can just say any loophole, any plot hole, anything that you have going on is just washed away by saying spooky ghosts.
It does
supernatural shit. And I'm like,
yeah.
It's but like I still like the movie.
Its whole mystery by just like info dumping at the end. That still bothers me.
Yeah, there seems like to be a lot of hand-holding toward the end of it, and I think, we were able to already understand what was going on, but they're like, just in case you don't know.
Which is weird because, like, Oz Perkins did Blackcoat's Daughter, and that very easily could have had a huge info dump at the end, and they didn't do that. And I think the end of Blackcoat's Daughter is, like, bone-chilling because of the way that they go about revealing the reality of what went on through that movie. Blackcoat's Daughter is brilliant. I could fucking gush about that movie forever, but... I don't know, like he's clearly capable of doing it. And then he went on to do the Monkey, which had like similar exposition, but it didn't matter as much there because it wasn't.
The Monkey a lot more. I was satisfied with it, and I still walked out of the Monkey being like, but even then, I still walked out of the Monkey being like, it's okay. I like it more now that I've sat with it. I want to watch it again really bad.
The exposition in it didn't bother me because it does like it. That's not the point of the movie anyway.
Right.
I was like, just give me the story and let me have fun with this.
The problem I think I had with it was I went in undereducated, and I went in expecting a horror movie, not realizing it's billed as a comedy first. It's a comedy horror. So I was like, oh, okay. Gotcha. So
what about you, Luke?
On the Monkey? Or
no, on Longlegs.
Oh, Longlegs. Longlegs, it was in my top 10 of the year. So
I remember that, yeah.
I have again, I think there's some hand-holding at the end. I think it was a bold take to intertwine some supernatural stuff. I think a lot of people wanted Silence of the Lambs, like the modern version of Silence of the Lambs, and
that's how they treated it.
Yeah, when we got into it, I was like, okay, I think we get to the supernatural element. It's a little clunky and the way that they handle it, but when they put it in there, I'm like, okay, I can go with this. I can live with it. I think enough of it is so narratively strong for me. And when they implement the supernatural elements to it, I think it's done well enough that I can be like, I enjoyed this film. Again, it was never in my top 5. It was in the lower half of my top 10. I wanted it to be my favorite of the year. So I think
everybody did.
Yeah, enough of it worked for me. Like when I think we're in the barn, I think visually those things work. When we see Nicolas Cage in again, I don't want to spoil too much stuff, but when he hurts himself a little bit. Yeah, there we go.
It's creepy.
That stuff when we get into the horror elements in that film, I think work when they work really well. Again, it's just that hand holding at the end that really, I think, hold the film back a lot.
When's your birthday, little girl?
Dude, I mean, in the trailers, like every time you would hear that, there she is.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's so fucking creepy. And like the movie doesn't quite have that. It's just like uncanny and strange, and that's what I like about it, but it doesn't have the like dark feel that the trailers were selling, which
I have thought about doing a video, and now I'm more motivated than ever to do this as like a topic, but it's one that I have written down, and it's movies that are like victims of their own marketing, where it's like it's either marketed terribly or it's marketed beautifully.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's over marketed or under marketed. Like, I just want to talk about that phenomenon because I feel like that goes so much in, especially nowadays with how everybody's kind of starting to do like even Weapons is doing it now, where it's just like, we're doing the whole, not ARG technically, but like they're doing a lot more of the interactive stuff. They're like, oh, come to this website on this day.
Longlegs had an ARG.
Yeah. And it's like, I love that stuff. But at the same time, it's kind of like Longlegs is a perfect example. It should have known, I guess Neon should have known. I'm sure Oz Perkins did that was going to be a more divisive film than I think they sold it. They sold it again as Silence of the Lambs, like a modern day. We're going to do this. And
I guarantee you they probably didn't even know what to do with it. And then put the trailer together. They're like, well, that's good. I mean, I don't know what it means, but it's good. It's like,
talked about the marketing and was like, yeah, I wasn't involved with this. Like, I don't know. He seemed a little displeased with the way they handled it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a shame.
My last thing about it, and what I always think about it, and by the way, Silhouetted, we're talking about biggest disappointments, and we're on our second one. I think Longlegs is like Polaroids of really great scenes, but with no in-between connective tissue.
Right.
Yeah. That's what it feels like to me. It's like it wanted to be, and everybody was like, "Oh, it's not fucking, the guys, it's not the fucking Silence of the Lambs." It's like, no, but that's what they wanted you to believe, because that's the way we're treating it. And so in a way, I felt a little misled by that a little bit, because when you do marketing like they did, where you send people all these fucking like puzzles and fucking decryptions and things like that, and then when you watch the movie, they don't even explain the decryptions to you. You just go, "Oh, hey, decryption. Oh, I sat down for 3 days and figured it out. Here it is." Well, that's kind of a jib, isn't it? It's like a ripoff.
It's because she had the psychic connection with him. She was able to piece it together.
Still, you should have taken the viewer through those steps a little bit. I think that's what I don't know.
No, I mean that's fair. I think that's fair. I think like overall, I think studios just need to be more aligned when they're going to be doing this. They need to make sure top down. We understand that if we're going to do this, if they don't want another situation like this, because Longlegs it did its job. I mean, like we can talk about it, like it made a ton of money, but that second, third week, it made like nothing after that, because the word of mouth was so strong ahead of it. Everybody, like, that was a damn near packed theater. I think we went on opening night, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where it's like, it's never like that, especially on the, and it was hard.
Popular movie for sure. Mm-hmm. And I think if people were more familiar with Perkins' work, there may have been less disappointment. If you had only seen Blackout's Daughter and then you saw the trailer for Longlegs, you'd be like, "Oh, it's more of that." But like if you've seen like Gretel and Hansel, then the dude isn't always focused on just being dark and creepy. Sometimes it's a little different from that.
Yeah, and just to be clear, what?
No, nothing. I was saying I didn't even like Gretel and Hansel that much.
Oh, to be clear, and I always get this too, because like everybody that was telling me that I didn't love it. Oh, it's not supposed to be that, and then the other thing was, oh, you just you need everything spelled out for you. No,
man, that's so annoying.
Actually, I'm the very opposite, and it's just how you handle it, how you handle that mystery. You gotta. It's not about revealing the answer. It's about getting you to the point where you try to devise your own.
Yep.
But if you pull back too far, then it becomes like, okay, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, you know what I mean? That's what I think bothers me. Because I watch movies like Videodrome, you know what I mean? Those get you to the point, but they don't tell you it exactly. You know what I mean? Like, it's like hinted at.
And that's how you get It Comes at Night.
I still haven't seen it, and I need to see it because I feel like I'm gonna really like it.
Yeah,
that was a fucking blue ball movie.
I almost picked that one, but I think that like I walked out of that more positive than negative, and I think it was only after a long time of hearing more criticisms, hearing more people that I've surrendered myself to the fact it's like, yeah, that movie is it's very, very not straightforward, and it doesn't have a whole lot of a whole lot of like really hand-holding stuff that it needs. Needs just a little bit of hand-holding. I just need to know a
little push, you know?
All right. For my last pick, for mine, I will keep this short and simple because I have gone to the ends of the earth with this, but I would not be being completely honest if I had put this on here. So I'm sorry, Alex. If this starts up a bunch of stuff, I'm sorry. And Evan, I apologize again. But I am going with, of course, Halloween 2018. I was so excited. Luke and I were counting down the days. This was first iteration Splattercast was like either just about to happen or was going to happen. We were doing by admission only. Going to the theater, we were counting down the days, man. Walking out of that, it didn't connect. I didn't feel the spark.
You didn't like Loomis 2.0?
Oh.
Dude, I was mad at that part.
Yep. I felt like a hot air balloon at that point. That's just like I'm way up in the sky. I'm like we're like, okay, we could almost get there. We're about to be so fine. Everything's gonna be great. And that motherfucker puts on that mask, and I'm just like, man,
I was up above it.
There's no recovering from this. Because before then it was like, okay, I'm being a bit jaded. about like the little jokes and stuff about the kid and his nasty ass toenails and everything like that. You know, it's like the humor was a little off at times. I can forgive all that. The setup's pretty good. Michael's crushing it so far. I like it. And then, yeah, once we really get into the meat and potatoes of that third act, I'm just like, no, you've lost me. This just doesn't. It's confusing. It's messy, and it just turns into something where it's just cat and mouse. And then we ended it, and of course, at the time, we had no clue what the fuck was going to happen. We didn't know there would be two more. So it
and
was
they
just
played
like, well,
everybody with it too, because like they were like there was like this like rumor thing. I don't know, you know what it is. You know, people talk about movies. They're like, oh yeah, well they meant to be this way in the movie, and it was like the argument between fans was, is he supernatural or is he not?
Exactly.
This movie's saying he's not, but then what happened to the fucking franchise? There's no way. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. So
it just it felt ultimately like, and I think if I'm stealing your verbiage, Luke, again, I apologize, but it's I think what they did was they wiped the slate clean, and then they just kept going back to the well and taking little ideas and coming back to it. It's almost like, why did we go through the trouble of ripping out all the other sequels if we're just going to reuse the same ideas? Because it's like,
that's what pisses me off the most, is that not only are you going to retcon all of the other movies and go, this is mine, you know, but now you're going to reuse some of the scenes from the entire fucking franchise to go, haha, I'm pissing on your face now. You know, that's what it felt like to me. Like, to all the other people that made those movies that you've been putting down, well, I can do it better. You know what I mean? Reboot or something. I know he didn't mean it that way. It was more of an homage. It just came across that way to me. When they played part 2, they did a scene from part 2 in the fucking movie, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that
with
upset
the hair
me right
curlers and everything. It's like, you could tell in this one, and I think it improved as strangely the movies went on. You could tell very much in this one that whether it was David Gordon Green or it was just the writing team, which I know he was a part of as well, it's like they didn't know how to walk that line very well of between homage and just completely taking something out of the movie and putting it into this one. It's like, you can make reference, like having kids run around with the Halloween 3 masks, beautiful. Don't even make it a huge focus. Just have them run by. Love that. Okay. Absolutely. But then it's like, yeah, like you said, having the lady in the pink robe and the curlers walking out of the kit. It's like, come on, bro. Like,
it was a shot for shot fucking recreate too.
Yes. It's like,
I fucked that.
Except
he
got a hammer. He got a hammer instead of
yeah. So. Did you guys want to say anything else about that? Just out of curiosity.
I mean, I love the trilogy. So
he's like, I have.
Well, no. Did you want to say anything? Because I feel like I have to go next because mine's connected.
That's fine. I'm good. I said my piece. Luke, do you have anything you want to say on 18, or is it?
I mean, yeah, pretty much echoing you. I have a cry at least once a week about 2018's Halloween. I was just so excited for it, and then once we get to say something, I was like, oh fuck, I'm in trouble. So I mean, it was a rough watch, you know. I don't know. It just felt like I have an issue with, hey, you know, we're continuing after 1, and then instantly he just got, you know, we saw it in Halloween Kills, but it was like he just got picked up, and I was like, when they mentioned that, I was like, he just got arrested, really? And I was like, we could have done anything. He could have just been out there for how many years, and we don't know where he's at, and instead he just got picked up and he's back at Smith's Grove. So I was like, you could have done anything.
They fixed that a little bit with Kills.
He drives
because they show you some of what happened.
Yeah, but at the time I was just like,
yeah, it's goofy at the time.
We could have done anything. Oh. Yeah, so yeah. Other than echoing Dylan, I still have I hate it. I really dislike it.
I've softened on it as the sequels came out because I am a big defender of Kills. I think Kills is a lot of fun.
But it's
not what I wanted. It's not the trilogy.
It's cheesy as fuck, but it has the kills. It has everything that you wanted from it, the franchise.
It feels to me the further we get along in that, I feel that way very similarly to how I feel about Halloween 3 in a way, which is weird, where it's like it feels like Halloween night. And that's my favorite part about it. The Evil Dies Tonight shit, yeah, that stuff's annoying, whatever.
Yeah,
but like all the scenes with Michael, all the scenes leading up before the hospital scene, and then even after, right before the mob stuff, I think it's all great. I'm fine with it. Even the fucking, I don't know why it had to be a goddamn Desert Eagle, but the Desert Eagle shot kill scene, I'll take it. I'm fine with it. But you know what? Yeah, it's just, it's not a perfect movie, but I do love it.
Come on, the part that I think is probably the most funny part in Evil Kills is that they mistaken Michael for the old man, the old short dude.
It makes no sense.
It really doesn't.
All right, Evan's got to
advocate for a second.
What?
Can I actually defend that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, please, yeah.
Because I actually really like that part of the story, because mobs are inherently stupid.
Yeah,
they are
sure.
Nonsensical, and 99% of the people who were
What do you know about mobs? We live in the United States, Evan.
99% of the people who were chasing
This is an
Tivoli through
unboxing
the
day.
hospital didn't even see him. There were a couple people who saw someone walk into the hospital wearing a Smith's Grove uniform. They're all in this fervor of violence, freaking out because all of their family members have been killed. Anyone could have walked into the hospital wearing that fucking uniform, and then someone yells, "It's Michael." Most of them don't even see him. They're just chasing through the hospital blindly because someone else said that it was Michael. To me, that whole thing made a lot of sense. Yes,
Eileen, it's a great movie, by the way.
You look at Tivoli and you look at Michael, you're not going to be like, that's Michael Myers. Obviously. Most of them didn't see him. The ones who did were in a fucking, blitzed out fervor in their head and weren't thinking about anything aside from the label on his shirt. I liked it.
All right, I gotta point this out. Hi, Eileen. Yeah, sorry. We when we get on these topics, we kind of run on about these things.
Oh yeah.
So our topic for tonight is something different than that. So I apologize. Not that we don't want to say what you do. We just get into our fucking talks. But yeah, I love The Ugly Stepsister. It's one of my favorite movies of the year. Seriously,
I'm very
enjoyed
excited.
it a lot. I'm honestly happy that movie found its audience so fast because I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
Instant for me, man. I was like, fuck yeah.
But it's really fun to see this movie get so much love and praise from people, because that's kind of how I think The Substance felt last year, at first, and then everybody fell in love with it. But it was just one of those things where those first few weeks of The Substance, it was like, yeah, this movie's great. More people got to see this.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my rant about the Halloween.
I get it.
And
it's a valid argument, because especially what we've been through down here for the past few years.
I'm like, how
now I get it. I didn't get it back then.
The other thing that has driven me crazy about it is a trend where I criticize the decision making in When Evil Lurks, and everyone in the comments is like, well, that's what people were like during COVID. And I'm like, but I get shit for defending the decision making from that scene in Kills when it's the same fucking explanation. It's the exact same thing.
No, Evan, you're bad. Shut up.
When Evil Lurks is a perfect film, and you can,
you could just go to hell.
You
go to hell and you die.
It's like, yeah, it's annoying, and it's The Evil Dies Tonight, but mobs chant shit and they don't think straight. It's annoying. It's not unrealistic.
But you know what's really, really unrealistic? It's getting beaten up by a bunch of band geeks and thrown over a fucking bridge, and then after getting your ass kicked by some fucking kids, all of a sudden you can beat up Michael Myers like he's a piece of shit. That's my fucking pick for the end here.
And
Halloween
Alex,
ends.
Your final pick, sir. I had a feeling that was coming as soon as you hinted towards it.
As soon as I was in the theater, first of all, when the movie started up, Christine and I were super excited. I had been let down by the first movie. I liked the second movie, even though, albeit cheesy as fuck, I still had a good time.
This was supposed to be the one where they get it.
Right. This is the one. I was like, okay, so now they're going to combine the two, right? Wow. No, let's just shove in our fucking ego into a fucking movie and make a soliloquy to fucking John Carpenter by throwing this fucking idea into the movie from left field for no reason. And then watching Michael Myers get kicked by that guy who got thrown over the bridge. That was it. That was it. When I looked at Christina and I said, Yeah, that's it. I'm done. I don't even want to be here anymore. We both looked at each other and were like, what the fuck? She doesn't even like the movies and she was offended.
I was so locked in the moment the kid fell from the beginning. Like at the
Right,
beginning when
I
he
love
falls,
that.
it's like, oh wow, we actually
was like,
might be doing something cool
yeah.
here. It's like
I know.
it's like they're really they're taking all the criticism to heart. And yeah, it's just like I think the moment that the band geeks start messing with them, and I'm like, wait, these kids are in high school?
It's the
And this
most
guy's like
David Gordon
22?
Green set of side characters you could possibly have.
Right? It's like, it feels like something out of the Righteous Gemstones, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. Yeah, I have to agree with you, Alex. It's not one that I enjoyed.
You couldn't make that much
Hey,
of
Paula.
a change. You can't make that much of a change in a single movie. That would have been something that would have been a nice nest egg to evolve over the course of 3 movies, not 1 movie.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't feel right to me. So sorry.
All good.
I like it, but I made a video that's over an hour long, so
just watch that.
Yeah.
I turned it off when you started saying nice things about it. I was like, fuck this. I can't even.
Yeah.
I know we're beating a dead horse if we go any further with it, but yeah, David Gordon Green trilogy.
I'm planning on revisiting it at some point. I want to do like an anniversary video on that trilogy because
I thought you were done.
Yeah, I would give it some time, but I made those videos.
Well, we named 2 David Gordon Green movies, by the way.
Yeah,
3.
We got 3 of his.
Oh, that's right. Jesus, David's really disappointing a lot of people. Luke, your final pick. Will you pick the 4th David Gordon Green?
Halloween Kills. No, it is franchise horror. Scream 5.
I had a feeling that was going to be one of yours. Yeah,
that was that one. Going into Scream 5, Dylan and I had to talk, and I was like, I've never
our first video together.
Mm-hmm.
even if I did, I've never been completely disappointed by a Scream film. It seems like they've always get it in some aspect of it. And I just walked out of Scream 5, especially with the death of a particular character, and I was like, this is what we're doing. And it was just more of the samesies of everything we had seen. And I wanted more of a reason to really push the story forward, but it just felt like, hey, it's time for Ghostface to make an appearance. And I wanted something more, especially with the character that dies. It just seemed abrupt. And I was like, when we got into this new cast of characters, the Dewey was the most interesting to me. I was like, that should have been where the story lied, I thought. And they didn't really go that route with it. And it just seemed like a handful of missed opportunities. So that one just completely felt underwhelming, especially with the buildup. I was actually really excited to go see that one in the theater.
Because we had heard so many good things about it. It was, again, similar to 18. I think we both went in there very high hopes.
Yep. It was like we hadn't seen anything in a while. And I was like, I can at least pull some positives out of it. And I think that was honestly probably my most underwhelming experience with a Scream film, I think, as I'm looking back on it to date.
Six was a little better, except for the end. So
yeah,
I like 6 a lot, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I like 6 aside from the end. I like it way more than 5.
Yeah, the only thing that's really I don't like in 6 is the reveal, and I don't like the reveal in 5 either.
Yeah,
I feel like those of the new ones, those have been the really, like, say what you will if you like certain cast members or you don't vibe with them. I like them a lot more in 6 than I did 5, but I know we're just meeting them then.
One thing I need to clarify with it too is I think aside from the first movie, I don't like any of the reveals in the Scream franchise. I always find it takes the air out of them when I get to that point. Personally speaking,
I think 4 is pretty good. 4
is probably
4 was the savior before everything else.
And yeah, you got to think like 4 does a good job because like before everybody knew what happened and everybody knew the Scream franchise so well, when that movie came out, it was like everybody was kind of anticipating this was going to be like a passing of the torch to Emma Roberts from obviously Sydney there, and I can't remember her actual name, Neve Campbell. So it's just like it's like everybody was kind of anticipating that, and the fact that she turned out to be the Ghostface, it's like that's cool. Like that worked.
And I also agree with Ghosty, by the way. I think the movies have gotten too meta, where it feels like a snake eating its own tail at this point.
That's
just
kind of
like,
the point. That's what they were saying too. Though.
Yeah, but it's gone too far to me. Like the scene in Scream 5 when they're sitting down in the living room and talking about like requels was it drove me insane. I fucking hated that.
Here's what I will say about part 6, or wait,
part 5.
6, yeah, 6.
Oh, 6.
The newest one.
Yep.
That one actually, for the first time, when they used a shotgun in it, I was offended when I saw the trailer. But then when I saw it in the movie, I was like, holy shit. This is the first time I felt this way about fucking Scream in a long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was like, this is really good.
The teeth back for sure. 6 really does bring the tension.
It's super cheesy, but the tension is something I've never felt in the entire franchise, other than the first movie and then that movie. And so that's why those two are my favorite.
Having it take place, I think that's a brilliant setting for any of these, like especially like a Halloween or a Scream, but having it be like, because it's in New York, isn't it? So it's New York, it's Halloween, so there's just people in costume. Like my favorite scene in that movie will still always be the subway scene. I know they teased it to death in the trailers, but it's still so good to watch when it's just like them all getting down into the subway and all the costumes, and you're just seeing all these little ghost faces pop up, and it's like, that's such a good idea. I love that.
Chase across the ladder between buildings. That was
yeah, that was gruesome too when she died.
Opacus, I believe that's how you say it.
I do have to get running, so I have to pick up my daughter.
Oh, okay.
Understood, brother.
Fair enough.
All right, gentlemen.
All right, dude. Glad to have you on another one.
Oh yeah, I love you. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Good to see you, man.
Or I'll see all you gents in my dreams tonight. So
of course, of course.
I'll just stuck to my.
Will you video call me like you usually do?
Of course.
I'll come in your dreams tonight.
Ooh, I'll be stuck to my sheets in the morning.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Fellas.
Pick up your daughter now.
YouTube's still watching, boys.
I'll see you guys.
We're not on the Patreon stream.
We're gonna have to pay for that. All right, guys. I'll talk to you.
Man.
Right,
see you, brother.
Opacus. I actually got that coming in the mail here soon. I like the movie. They're making a part 2 whenever they finally get around to it.
All right, Evan. You are the last one here. Send us home. What is your last most disappointing horror movie that you can think of?
Well, I had a couple of them, and some of them are really obvious, but I'm going to throw a curveball out there just because it's not a movie that I continue to dislike, but it was one that disappointed me when I left the theater the first time. And I feel like it's going to be fun to talk about, and that was Nosferatu, the new one.
Oh, yeah?
Absolutely.
Wait, disappointed?
Yep.
Okay.
The first
I
time
can see that.
And, I mean, look, I think anyone knew, like, inevitably, the hype that I had for that movie, I really did try to hone it in, but I just couldn't. A big part of what happened with that was that at the time that Nosferatu was announced, Robert Eggers had only made The Witch. That was my only frame of reference for his approach. So in my head, over 10 years, I built up this image of a very slow, creepy, quiet Nosferatu film. And that is not what Eggers had in mind. I was picturing something much closer to Werner Herzog's from 1979, which I think is a fucking masterpiece. I love that movie to bits.
Yeah, we spoke on the phone after you saw it the first time, and I remember you saying, like,
dude,
you didn't flat out say you were disappointed. You just were really harping on the fact of how much more, I think we said it was more like movie-like, more cinematic, less art house.
It's like a stage play. Like the new movie is like a stage play, and that was just so foreign to the movie that I was excited for at the time. But then what wound up happening is that I just had to watch it a couple times and let the movie that I wanted die and just see Eggers' vision for it. Because, and to be fair, every one of his movies I didn't love on my first viewing. Like there wasn't a single one where my first viewing was the best one. Like The Witch, when it came out, that was 2015. So I would have been like 16 when I saw it. And at the time I was like, this is cool, but it's kind of boring. The Lighthouse, I was disappointed by because I thought it was going to be like a creepy ghost story in a lighthouse, and that's not what it is at all. Northman I thought was cool, but like all of these movies, as I've continued to revisit them, because he's so meticulous and detailed and he has such a clear vision, they have all improved for me over time. And Nosferatu, I had to really let go of the image that I had built up over time. So for me, I thought it would be an interesting one to mention for the last mention of a disappointing movie.
I can see that.
Because, I just put up an 1.5 hour long video praising the ever-loving shit out of that movie because I love it. Like, now that I've shed myself of expectation and can just take it for what it is, I love what he did with it. It just took me a little while to get there.
Right.
And I think there's something to be said because, like, when you have giant movies like that you've been working, waiting so long to come out, or you've been working up the hype for and stuff, like there will always be a little bit of that. It's never going to meet the expectations you set in your mind. Very, very rarely.
I had the same thing with where, like, I love Halloween Kills now, but when it came out, the way they were talking about it, they were wording it like it was a very, like, dark, really fucked up Halloween movie. So I went into it expecting something really intense and, like, disturbing and kind of sharp. And there are moments of that in Kills.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not that. It's a cheesy movie, and I didn't like it at first. But it certainly changed my tone on that since then.
I just wanted Murder Man to murder people. That's what I wanted. And I wanted it to be violent, and I wanted it to be... I think why people get so mad at the trilogy is because there are still some of those people that did like the Halloween 1 and 2 that Rob Zombie did to a degree, enough of a degree that it didn't feel like it warranted this trilogy over it, because both of them are flawed. And a lot of people talk about either one of them as perfect, and they're not.
Prefer out of those, the Rob Zombie ones?
Two. I like part 2.
No, sorry. I mean between the Rob Zombie movies and the David Gordon Green movies.
What do I like? Oh, which do I like more?
Yeah.
I mean, they both have their flaws, so it's a little difficult. Like, yeah. I probably say Rob Zombie's, but his is a little, like, immature.
Sure.
While fucking Gordon Green's is a little too fucking, like, egotistical.
Right.
I think I would say David Gordon Green's are just more watchable for me.
Sure.
I have to be in a special kind of mood for Rob Zombie's movies, especially 2. But also, like, they just feel like their own movies to me in general. Like, that's a very different kind of Halloween.
Alex, I'm actually with you. I don't know where you are at this, Dylan, but not in preferring the Rob Zombie movies. I definitely prefer the David Gordon Green movies. But in terms of Rob Zombie's movies, I like his second one quite a bit more.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I remember us talking about that. Like, a lot of people really put it down, but I get it because of the end and Loomis, but it's a fucking completely different movie.
It's a weird movie, but, like, the first one, I feel like, was an unnecessary backstory for half of it, and then a cheap, rushed remake of the original movie for the second half.
We could have cut that into 10 minutes and, like, been on with it.
Where the second one is just, it's completely its own thing entirely, and it has a really unique tone for the whole franchise. It is fucking gritty. Like, that is I think probably even more brutal than Halloween Kills, which is a brutal movie. But like, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 has this fucking grimy edge to it that I have always really enjoyed. I like the dreamy feel of it. I just like how unique it is, and I don't look at it as, like, the Michael Myers from the original movie. I look at these as their own thing because they're so different.
Right. Yeah, it truly is Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Yeah,
that's how I look at it. Exactly. That's yep. And it's to me, I'm gonna have to go back and really dive into Halloween 2. I might do that for Splatterthon this year and do a video on it because so many people are saying that it's like the bee's knees now. And
the whole franchise again right now. I'm watching one every week, and then when I get to ends, it'll be the last week of September. So I'll be getting into October.
Yeah, it's just one of those things for me. I'm gonna have to go back and at least see it, maybe say my piece on it, because maybe there is something I'm missing. Granted, I saw it probably the last time I watched it was anticipation for Halloween 2018, and again, I'm already in such a mood of, like, I'm watching this movie, but it's like the new one is all I'm thinking about, and how, like, the energy of that.
Like, I know publicly, like, Cody Leach is the only other guy I can think of who likes Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Really? I mean, like, I know a lot of people who like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Brandon's one of them too.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking in the creator space. I was trying to think of other people who had like talked a lot about it.
What's her name has a really good scene in part 2 that's what makes me like it so much.
Yeah, Danielle Harris.
Yeah, they both.
Scott Taylor Compton actually has a really good scene.
Yeah,
there is a scene where she's with her doctor, and she's all fucked up from the first movie, which to me seems like the most realistic because anybody that would have gone through that would not have been in a second movie. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying about Laurie Strode and the rest of the movies. Okay. She was traumatic. Like there was like some traumatic damage done to her there. And there's this scene where she's talking about her doctor and she's like, well, we can prescribe you. And she's like, she has this freak out moment in the movie.
My prescription.
Yeah, dude, I like that scene, man. I think it's a really good scene.
She's not bad.
Yeah, I like how she says it. She did a really good monologue for that. I thought it was a really good one.
Brad Dourif in that movie fucking kills it. Like he was in the 2000.
Oh, was the dad? Yeah,
he was great.
He was a really good.
I was gonna say I almost would have preferred if the movie would have just focused on Danielle Harris and her dad.
Yeah,
dealing with the outskirts of that, and like maybe Scout Taylor Compton's character was just like kind of,
to be fair,
hinted at or something. I don't know.
I like that era of Rob Zombie's movies. Like I like Lords of Salem a lot, and that feels a lot.
I like Lords of Salem.
Like tonally, I feel there's a lot of similarities between those movies. Now, granted, I haven't seen Lords of Salem in a long time, so maybe I need to revisit it. But I like the
so the stuff at the end of part 2 that gets all weird.
Yeah,
it's like he decided to take what he did at the end of Halloween 2 and like put it in an entire movie. And that's what I don't like about Salem, because it's too much. You got this like he's doing some like David Lynch shit where there was like the little person in the background that's like a demon, and he's like,
really? Okay,
and I could not take it seriously, dude.
Yeah.
But there's some really cool imagery with what's her name, fucking his wife, with like white eyes and wearing like the religious garb.
I remember like early on in that movie, the whole thing with like when she first gets the music and you see that like thing crouching on top of her fridge. I think it was like
that's what I'm talking. Yeah,
really creepy shit early on in that movie.
It had potential. I just didn't go where I wanted it to.
He had a very big surgery today, so he's in recovery mode now.
Oh,
he had a big dental surgery. Had to have a tooth removed and a bunch shaved down, and now he's all drugged out.
I don't even know what Bag of Lies is, by the way.
Actually, I've seen it and reviewed it for the channel. That is the lead actor in it.
Oh,
it's actually not a bad movie at all. I was going to get to that
now.
But
Shudder film,
Dread Central. I don't. It might be on Shudder now, but it was
on
Dread.
Shudder.
It was Dreaded or whatever.
Yeah.
This is my sister, by the way. Everybody saying what's up. That's Kira, my younger sister. What's happening?
Hello.
In, Kira. Devil's Rejects. This one I'll just say now as we're kind of winding down the show. I have a video written for this where I go over movies that are like beloved horror films that I don't care for, and this is one of them.
Really?
Everybody loves this fucking movie.
I'm liking it.
I did know no, hold on. Yes, okay, no, it was House of a Thousand Corpses. House of a Thousand Corpses is the is my preferred of the two. And I personally think that just like Devil's Rejects, I think just goes way too much. It just goes way too much with what they were doing. We get away from all of the fantastical elements and it just goes right into the torture porn stuff. And I'm like,
That's fair, but I mean, competently as a filmmaker, it's a better made movie. That's what I think.
Thousand Corpses was
it's better acted. Yeah, it really is. I like it. I like the mess that it is, but
yeah, it's charming. But like, they'll just throw in random shots of subplots that they cut out from the movie. So it is fucking just throwing paint at the wall and seeing what sticks. And like, there's a charm to it. But it is fucking nonsense.
I would also agree with Gracie here. Devil's Rejects really upset me. It was the sexual violence. I agree. I think that like there's some, and if you look at the unrated cut of Rob Zombie's Halloween, I don't know what it is about him with SA stuff. He shoot. I'm even in these fucked up terrible movies I'm watching where it's like it happens all the time. It's just like part of the thing, you know it's going to happen. It's like even then I still think that some of the way that Rob Zombie shoots some of these scenes in Devil's Rejects and that is like some of the most grueling and unrelenting SA scenes I've seen
I hate
ever.
that scene in Halloween. It's
like
so
Irreversible is obviously like towards the top, but like that's
he
it's
grew up
never
in the
ending.
exploitation days, though. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He's all about exploitation. It's not that he likes it necessarily.
No,
it
and
appalls him. Yeah.
I just think the escape scene in the theatrical version of Halloween 2007 was so much cooler. You've got him being transferred, and then he fucking hulks out of the chains and just kills everyone. And it's I like it more.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things. He's just I will never not be excited for a Rob Zombie project.
Yeah, me too.
He's earned that enough credit for me where I will watch anything the guy puts out. Doesn't mean I'm gonna like everything he puts out. So, but he's one of those directors that it's like he's so his own thing that it's like I'm willing to take a chance. And plus, someone who is, say what you will, all right, about the Munsters. That man took a wide swing out of his sandbox, and I appreciate the hell out of that.
I need to watch it.
All right, we got to do our fucking at least just name them. We don't have to talk about them and go into depth, but at least
biggest surprises.
Biggest surprises. You get two.
Alex,
just do
kick
two.
Us off. Just name two. We won't even expound.
Oh, okay. So I have
fire.
You might have to go because I have to pull it back up. Oh, Final Destination Bloodlines. Okay. I think it's one of the. I think it's, if not the best of the franchise, it's the best sequel.
I'm there.
Period.
Yep.
I loved it. I loved every bit of it. It was exactly what I wanted from a horror film for so long and didn't know I needed.
Yep.
And it superseded everything that it did. And then Malignant, which was it's one of those movies that I just can't forget, and I will always love because it does things that I've never seen and it knows how to have fun. Both of these movies, what they have in common is having fun. I miss that in horror movies.
Juan's name, the dude knows what he's doing.
I know. Give him the keys. Just give him a lot of money.
Yep.
Malignant was on my list. It was going to be my less boring pick, I thought. But I'm glad you mentioned it because I agree. That's one that I certainly thought was going to be I honestly thought it was going to be probably pretty mid. I was like, I don't know what this is about. It's all I know is it's James Wan. It's the only reason I'm interested in it. And I was just like, this is incredible. I love everything about this. And the first half of the movie, I was like, this is boring. This is just like every other movie he's done.
That's what's so good about it. He tricks that movie.
Yeah. That's what I didn't realize the first time I saw it. The first time I saw it, I was kind of like at a 7.5. I wasn't there yet.
He's doing it on
And then when I went back and watched it, I was like, holy fuck, this is so good. What was I thinking? Like, I literally had to set all those like previous thoughts aside to really get it. And I was at a 9 instantly after rewatching it.
And for me, I'm going to go with I'll just do like 2 real quick. The first one is actually going to be The House That Jack Built. I don't like Lars von Trier movies that much. I tend to disagree, and usually it's like his movies end up being a huge disappointment for me because like I'll enjoy parts of them and then he just gets too self-indulgent, and this has probably oddly enough the worst case of it, where he starts showing scenes from his other movies as they're talking about art and how important it is and all this stuff. It's like, wow, please stop jerking off on the lens for me, Lars. I'd appreciate it if you would stop. And I love that movie though. It's I think everything besides those couple of scenes is so impactful. It's so gross. It's so upsetting. It is, but it's one of those things where it was something I like I said, I went in expecting to just watch a basic disturbing Lars von Trier movie. And I walked out like, this is like this generation. This is the new American Psycho. Like, this is what it's going to be now. And I love Jack. I love the performances in the movie. All the performances are amazing. Can live with the last 20 minutes being completely taken out of the movie, but I completely understand why it's there. And I'm fine with it. So it's like, it just felt like a lot. I think good. That's my prime example of one of the other reasons why it's like Lars von Trier just couldn't help himself at the end. He's like, all right, 15 minutes. Time to go to hell.
I don't think it's about him in that moment, though. I really think that he put in the Inferno because he's the way that he treated the serial killer in the movie is how I never thought of a serial killer that way before. And having the most normal life, but in the same regard, having problems with, oh, fuck, I should go back in. I got to solve this thing. I didn't clean up this one thing.
Love
and he keeps
that.
going back and forth. I was like, holy shit, that's so
OCD.
Well thought out. And like, and then it was funny after all of the meticulousness that he took. And what happened on the way home is probably the funniest, darkest humor fucking shit I've ever seen. But I think the stuff at the end with the Inferno and stuff is just how convoluted someone who is a narcissist and a fucking serial killer would be with themselves, that they think that they're fucking saving whatever it is and going into hell to come back out because of whatever happened in their life. So it's a very like ego death kind of thing. I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean?
Ego death's a good way to put it. I agree with this. I hate Lars von Trier as a person, but I love this movie. And then my last one, super simple. Originally, I was going to go with my two basic ones of Barbarian and Terrifier 2 because I expected Terrifier 2 to be Terrifier 1. It wasn't, but those were safe. Those were easy. Everybody knows how I feel about those. Hell House LLC. Heard so many wonderful things about this movie. Everybody says, oh, it's so scary. It's so great. It's wonderful. It's found footage. It's all this. And I'm just sitting there thinking it's probably mid and it's probably just fine. And you watch that movie and you get to the scene where the guy is just touring through the house, talking with his buddies, and he sees that clown standing at the top of the steps and it kind of spooks you. And then, just quickly goes back, realizes that it wasn't his friend. That scene fucking just gave me chills. It was one of those things where it was slowly creeping up on me and it got scarier the more that I realized what's going on and the less, our actual character did. I got to say, it's one of those things where all of the hype is warranted for the very first Hell House, in my opinion.
I just did a whole ranked
I know.
Of the first four, and I reviewed the new one already, which is out in 5 days.
Nice. Yeah, no, we're going to be covering it here shortly.
Is it the 20th of this month or next month?
I think that's when the embargo lifts or whatever. But there was no embargo. No, it's August.
Like, what's up, Necro McCammon?
What's up, Necro? Yeah, but that's where I'm going to go with it. Evan, your two, sir.
I'll wrap it. They're both pretty recent. Just because you guys mentioned so many good ones that I was also going to mention Malignant.
Yeah.
But I'm going to start with an easy one, The Substance, because that is not usually my kind of thing. Like sci-fi body horror, lots of respect for it. I've enjoyed some of them before, but that's not the kind of thing where I'm going to be like sitting there super excited for it. I left The Substance thinking it was like a generational movie. Like that is like the definition of a masterpiece. The Substance is fucking brilliant. I had such an unbelievably fun time with it, and then like the more I rewatched it, it was just like the depth that Farjah managed to pull in that movie is like astounding. There's nothing in that movie that doesn't have a purpose, and that's especially impressive for a movie with a runtime like that because it's fairly long, but there is zero fluff, like not a second of wasted time in that movie, which is crazy. But yeah, that
great end too.
Yep, it's perfect. It's a perfect movie in my eyes.
I hate that people get mad at the end too.
Oh,
it bothers me. I'm like, it's the perfect analogy of everything.
Yeah, it's just a big fuck you, like explosion. But yeah, I mean, that was one of my favorite things when I put up my video on The Substance was people being like, I've always hated the ending, but then hearing the way you explained it made me see it differently. I'm like, oh, thank God. Like, please.
Yeah.
See that the ending of this movie is perfect. It's so good. But then the other one I have to go with, just because there was no reason that it should have been even good, was The First Omen. Where like that was a directorial debut with a prequel, franchise reboot to a classic 70s religious horror movie from a major. I was like, there is nothing in the Cliff Notes presentation of this movie that warrants it being even remotely good. And I didn't think it was only good. I thought it was the best fucking sequel in that whole franchise. Like, the original is still the best. I love Omen 3,
Crazy.
but like first Omen I thought was fucking awesome. Like that movie was so goddamn good.
Come on, Delia is really good. The
Oh,
fourth
Jesus
one.
H. Christ, man. Yeah, look, I was saying I've come around a little bit to Exorcist 2. I don't think I'll ever come around to Omen 4. I fucking hate that movie. But
it was
no,
a TV movie, by the way. It was supposed to be.
I know. It's still so bad though. But
You didn't grow up during those the
I know.
90s thing that
I
we
know.
had.
that doesn't change anything of what I'm saying. But
Right.
no, first Omen I was just really surprised by. Like I went into it with low expectations despite being very impressed by the trailer. Like I remember seeing that trailer for the first time and immediately it did change things for me. I was like, "Oh shit. Okay. There's something here." The poster I thought was great. And then it came out and I was like, why was this so good? Like this did not feel like a directorial debut.
Yep, it was. Even though I have my issues with it, I will still admit it's a good movie. It's definitely it served what it's supposed to do.
I also thought it was so funny that it came out in, like within weeks of Immaculate because they're so similar.
Gracie just mentioned that too.
Yeah.
She's like, it's weird that the original
there you go.
Passion Project was worse than the
I
studio
agree.
prequel thing.
I liked Immaculate. I enjoyed it quite a bit, and I have it. But I like the first Omen way more.
Mm-hmm.
Christina's a big Omen fan. She did not like the first one, the first Omen. She said it felt too long to get to what was going on.
Okay.
Because there's that back and forth going on with her and her friend.
Yeah.
Till
I don't
pop
get
off.
how when the twins are born and then they take one to the desert planet and the other one gets to go be a princess. I don't understand how we're getting back
it
to
was a
all
little
that.
convoluted the way they came to it. But there's a lore reason.
I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
And then there wasn't a single
Prince and the
lightsaber.
Pauper. Is that the story of the Prince and the Pauper?
Yeah. No, but first Omen and the Substance. Those ones recently really surprised me. Took me.
Definitely
yeah,
agree about
boys.
the Substance, but
I wasn't.
I don't know. As far as like surprise, I still think Malignant beats all of the ones that we mentioned.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Malignant and the Substance, I had a similar experience with, but like
Substance is a better film, I think. But
I agree. My dad and I watched Malignant together, and like I always really like the Conjuring movies. I like Insidious. They're not amazing, but they're just fun movies. So like we watched Malignant, thinking, especially because of the way it's set up, we're like, oh, it's another James Wan haunted house movie. Cool.
Right. Exactly.
But then the way that it progresses, like especially the first time where I was like, oh shit, was the chase scene with the cop where you see it moving and because you don't know what's going on yet, you're like, why the fuck is it moving like that? That is so weird. But then, I mean, obviously, I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but you get to the prison scene.
Yeah,
and
amazing.
Yeah, it's
that
incredible.
where, like, we were just howling with
I know, dude.
This is the dopest fucking thing ever. It's
like the
stupid.
trash truck scene in Bloodlines, because like
Totally.
when that happened, I was just like, everybody in the whole fucking place was like, oh my yeah. Like,
I've been thinking about this a lot because I'm working on videos on the Conjuring franchise, and I've been thinking about like Insidious and Dead Silence. James Wan gets so much shit because franchises that he spawned have gotten really bad, but like a James Wan horror movie is a fucking blast.
Death Sentence is not a horror movie technically, but you need to watch it.
Yeah,
it's a little it's a little heavy-handed in the melodrama. Christina was saying.
Dated now, but it's good.
Like
they always have the music in the background. It's like it's like these angels singing, and I love it, dude. It made
I like James Wan.
Christina and I both kind of tear up in the beginning of the movie every time. And you can't help it. It's really heavy.
Kevin Bacon's really good in it too.
It's amazing.
All right, fellas. Well, that was good. It was a good topic. I'm glad this worked out. Seems like we really filled out 2.5 hours. So we did a half hour over. So
if you do watch Death Sentence, guys, and anybody that's listening that is going to watch the movie, make sure you watch the uncut version.
Okay.
There is an uncut version, and it makes it so much better because they changed the ending, and it's a better ending. Trust me.
Right.
Respect. But yeah, We will be back here in 2 weeks. We'll be back on Alex's channel, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
because we started on Evan's, then ours, then yours. Yep. All right, so then that's good. We'll be there. Alex,
tentatively, because we're still going to be on the tail end of fucking Fantasia. So we might have to push it a week. It just depends.
We'll see. But yeah, it'll be up to Alex to decide how he wants to figure out what the topic's going to be, or if we're going to have a guest, or if we're going to have something like that. But yeah, no, definitely.
I actually do have someone in mind that I'll mention.
Okay. That works. And yeah, I mean, other than that, keep an eye on the channels, everybody. We got all kinds of stuff coming out. You know, Alex is working on his projects. He's got some fancy stuff in the works.
And if you're new to me, I do a lot of underground indie stuff. I've seen a lot of movies. It doesn't mean that I'm better at it than anybody. It just means I like a lot of indie stuff. So my whole shtick is like finding stuff and like showing you guys.
It's great.
So that's my thing.
My hour-long video essay on Midsommar dropped today. So if you want to watch that, you can take a look at it.
Oh yeah, I got a new video up too. It's a five movies, killer thrillers.
Yeah.
And ours will be my new video, the big one, the Human Centipede list is coming. It'll be out for everybody on Friday, but Patreon, I'm hoping it's looking right now like we're on track, but I've never uploaded anything this uncut to Patreon, so we're gonna see if they freak out or anything. I don't think they should.
They don't. You're fine.
All right, cool. So then we should be fine. But yeah, that's gonna be up hopefully Wednesday evening, and then the full video will drop for everybody on Friday. So there's that. So if you
anything coming up there, Evan?
I'm working on a big video on Beau is Afraid. I am also beginning.
Since you don't do as many videos, that's why I'm asking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally. So I have Beau is Afraid, and then I'm continuing with Conjuring 2 is going to be after. Like I'm going to try to do the 3 Conjuring films before Last Rites is out. I'm just trying to pull up my schedule here to see what else is coming up.
When is Last Rites?
Yeah, Last Rites. We'll be talking about Barbarian and Saint Maud as well in August, which are both very highly requested. And not to say what it is, I have started work on probably my most requested video, and it's going to be massive. So,
wait, you already did Lake Mungo.
Wow, you right on the nose on that one, huh?
I did.
All right.
Alex, one last thing, guys. Dylan, Luke, and was Luke doing Fantasia with you?
Yeah.
Okay. So the 3 of us, Dylan, Luke, and I, will be doing a lot of Fantasia. If you guys could give us some love for that, it definitely helps us out because, you know, and that it's not, we're not going to get views for it, but I know some people they get worried that they're going to have to wait 8 months to see a movie, so they don't like watching it. But I can tell you, it's good to be excited about stuff and know it ahead of time than to miss it and then wait 6 years later to watch it. Trust me. So yeah, we'll have the deets.
I'm excited for it. You know, we're our inbox is stacking up with those screeners right now, so I got a couple that I can pick from. But we did a little. If you want to go back to the Sunday Scaries from 2 nights ago, you can see we did our little Fantasia rundown, so we can give you an idea of what we're looking forward to and kind of what the audience helped us decide what we were going to pick. And Alex, you did a video too, a curtain riser for it. So and you can see
3 of them I'm not going to be able to see, but
it happens. You know, we'll figure it out. But all righty, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up here. So thank you guys as always. We appreciate you. We will see you back here in 2 weeks. And it's that is that. So until next time, remember, long live the void, and
all that other stuff.
Yeah, all that other shit. I don't know. I'm tired. Headache. Peace.
Do the horse shit, gonna do it live. Cause Splattercast kick it every day they live. Splattercast, Splattercast,